Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Data Tutorials. And in this video, we are going to see one more data analyst portfolio project. And we are going to see this in a Power BI tool. So in front of your screen, you can see this will be an output or a final project. And in screen also, you can see the title of our dashboard is an hospital emergency room dashboard. And this can fall under an hospital domain, or it can also fall under an emergency, or we can say medical domain as well, or somewhere it can also fall in the pharmaceutical domains, right? So these are the most trending domain right now because health industry is growing fast and fast. And for the data which is generated, the analysis should be done and some insights should be taken from those for optimizing the workflow of this health industry. Right. So in front of your screen, you can see this will be an final output, and you can see this amazing dashboard we will be creating in this particular video from start to end. So this will be our first dashboard, and in this we are going to design total four dashboards. Okay, and we are going to see each and every design of each and every dashboard. So it will be a longer video, but you will be learning so much of things from this. It will be an advanced dashboard. Okay, so you will be learning some advanced tax functions in this, some advanced calculation, advanced measures, advanced columns as well. So many more things you are going to learn in this, and I'm sure at the end of this project you will be taking away good skills and good designing skills and good developing skills as well. So I will just walk you through the dashboard, what all we have in this. So firstly we have is a monthly view. Okay, so you can see that subtitle is a monthly view. So monthly is nothing but you can see a filter over here where I can change this filter for a respective month. Okay, so with respect to that year and that month, we can see how the data is been there for that particular emergency room. Okay, so when I say hospital emergency room, it is nothing but you can call it as an ICU. So how are the OPDs and what all things are been there in that particular room of that particular hospital, and that data is that what we have, which we are going to analyze in this particular video. All right. So whatever data we have, the document also, right? So I mean, I have the document also created for this. That is terminology. So whatever data we have in our, this particular video, the explanation of each and every field is provided here. I will add this link in the, download, or we can say a description box section. You can download it from there and you can read it and you can understand what we are actually using the fields and what is the meaning of those. So coming back at the top, you can see there are KPIs, which refers to a high level information or a summary of that particular, the data or that particular, what we can say, a company or a hospital we have. So first we have number of patients, and as I told you, it is a monthly view. So for a respective month which we have selected, it is giving us the information of that. So the number of patients which are there visited in that particular month, then average wait time. So if there is an OPD, so how much is the waiting time for that? So when we go, we have to wait some time, and that, so this is the average wait time. Then they take feedback from the customers or the patients to understand how was their experience. So this is the satisfaction score. Then we have the number of patients referred. So referred is nothing but they came with an appointment already where they want to go or refer to a particular department, like they want to go for oncologist, they want to visit for orthopedics, or they want to visit for gynec likewise, right? So they have already booked their appointment with a referral where they want to refer a particular doctor, right? Or some directly go and at the spot they ask that they want to visit this particular doctor and likewise, right? So this is what a number of patients referred where they know which department for them, it is for them to visit that particular doctor, right? So this is the high level information, and again you can see this is the monthly view graph of each and every metrics which we are going to design over here. So you will get a daily view of this particular, we can say, of that particular number, let's say of this particular, let's say if you can see for 1st of February 5th, what how many patients were there. So it is giving us a more granular view. So how daily the status is, or we can say how the daily frequency is there of the patients, and based on that offer all of the measures as well. Then at the bottom, there are different charts where we deep dive in our data and take out some important, insights from the data for that particular reason, or we can say for a problem statement. So this is what we have here. So first is the patient admission status, which gives us the information of how many patients were admitted and how many were not admitted. So out of this total, how many were admitted and how many were not admitted. So and based on that, we have the percentage as well, right? So these are the total number of patients admitted, not admitted, and this graph gives us not just information. Like just looking by this graph only, we can tell that yes, admitted patients were higher. Likewise, right? So when you go down here, you have the number of patients by age group, right? So in hospital, different age group patients visit an hospital. So it depends on us what should be the age interval. So for me, I have taken a 10 years of interval. So 0 to 9 and 10 to 19. Likewise, are the 10 interval or 10 years of interval gap, and based on that intervals, how many patients visited in that particular hospital, that is the information we have. And obviously we will take some insights from here. We can say early 30s and up to 50s there are the more patient, and again up to 70 to 79 there are again more patients, like, so somewhat you can take an insight from here as well. Then we have number of patients by deferment referral. So how many patients were referred? So you can say none of them were referred. So I mean, they did not book any appointment for that particular referred department. They directly came and then they booked an appointment. But whereas few of them are like orthopedic, physiotherapy, cardiology, so they booked an appointment and then came and then they visited that particular department, which they already know where they want to visit. Then the percentage of vegetation seen within 30 minutes, right? So this is the number which I have declared on my own. So where I thought it should be that 30 minutes is the ideal patient wait time. So within 30 minutes the patient should be seen, and that is the reason we have found out where how many of patients were seen within 30 minutes and how many were not. And based on that we are finding out the target within target, or they have missed the target, right? So you can say most of them have missed the target, whereas within target are only 34%. So likewise, the information is taken. The number of patient by gender, so male, female, and not confirming is nothing, but they have not confirmed their gender in the form which they have filled, or whatever online interaction or what online data entry it is in that. They haven't confirmed what was their gender. So male were this much and female were this much, likewise. Then the number of patient by race. Race is nothing but uh, they are white, American, Asian, likewise. So what is their race based on that? Then this is an important analysis over here, that is number of patient by day and hour. So for respective day and for respective time period, how many number of patients were visiting. So this is a heat map for us where we have hours in rows and columns we have the days from Monday to Sunday, and based on that we have the numbers of, or a matrix chart or a heat map where we understand how what are the number of patients visiting in that particular hour and that particular day, so we can manage the resources, manage the inventory and all those things. Getting? So this was an overall monthly view dashboard. So this complete dashboard is dynamic as well, so it is been operated not only by this particular slicer or a filter which we have over here, but there are some interactive or action filters also, which I will show you. So first I will show you the main filter which we have is for this monthly view. If you want to check it for a different month and year, so when I click over here, let's say you want to see for January 2024, so you can check this particular and you can see the data will be filtered completely for that particular year, right? If you want to see for April 2024, so based on that the data will be again changing, let's say November 2023. So likewise, you can check it for all these particular months and for that particular year. So we have the data for now, I guess for 23 months or likewise, but we will have to check, but we will see that in the data walkthrough. So apart from this, we will also have some interactive filters also. Let's say if you want to see just for the patient which have missed the target. So if you click over here, so this all the data which we have is for missed target. So 267 patient actually missed the target. You can see their average wait time is 46.5. Obviously it is there, right? So if you want to see for how many patients were within the target, so these were the within target, which was 20 minutes, so which is a good time. Getting? So if you want to see for age group of 30 to 39, which was 68, so you can just click here and you can see the all information likewise, right? If you want to see for a particular patient race, you can see for African American, so that you just have to click and you can see the filtering is there, right? So Obviously, if you want to see not admitted status, you can see that. If you want to see for admitted status, you can just click and you can get the information over here, right? So likewise, you just have to click and you will get the all information by just clicking for that particular. If you want to see for, let's say, Sunday, you can see the information for Sunday itself. Likewise, right? So it is a complete dynamic dashboard. You should just know how to use it, and you should also know how to design it first, right? And after you're designing this, you have to give and walk through or a demo to your customer on how to actually operate this entire dashboard. And you should know what are the functional details of each and every chart and each and everything whatever is there on the dashboard, so that your customer knows how to operate the dashboard and how to take the insights from that particular dashboard, right? So this is also important, and this is also should be documented in some cases, or you should create a video and then send it to your stakeholders, right? So depends from company to company. All right. And similarly, we have some icons also which will take you to different actions. I will explain you while we are designing the dashboard, so not now. Then we have a second dashboard called consolidated view. So when I click on this dashboard, it will directly take you to this particular second, that is consolidated view. And when I say consolidated, it is nothing but it will give you an entire data which we have in the data set. So it is not a monthly view, it is an entire view where you can analyze all the things over here. So I applied a filter over here where it will have an ability. Let's say you want to analyze it for last 6 months, last 8 months. So you just have to apply the date period over here. So for from where to where you have to, in between dates you have to add start date and end date, and it will give you the data based on that. So if I operate this, you can see from 1st of April to 15th of I can say 1st April 2023 to 15th of January 2024, the data will be there. And all other charts and the meaning is same, just we are changing a filter where customer is asking us to show an information on monthly level, as well as he want to see an information based on his date preferences, whatever he wants to add, right? So these are the two things which we are designing. Then we have patient details dashboard where each and every detail of patient is mentioned with whatever important columns and customer want to be added over here. Obviously we can add number of filters over here based on his race or whatever status is there. We can filter out all this particular grid view, and we can download it and we can take a printout and we can submit it to whatever department we want. So obviously we will be adding some filters over here. I have not added in this created dashboard, but we will add it in when we are creating a dashboard, right? So this is a grid view and details of each and every patient row wise, right? Then we have key takeaways. So this is nothing but an insights we have created here, and which will be helping our customer so that they will read this. And this is nothing but a developer's insights. So it is not necessary that this will be a final insights which customer takes. This can be probable insights, but more than this, they can take some more information apart from this also if they want, right? So these are few insights which have been taken over here, and based on that we are designing this particular dashboard as well. So these are the total 4 dashboards which we are going to design from start to end in this particular video. All right. So this was a general overview, and now we will start with our actual design. So first I will take you through the problem statement and whatever information what we have to design, and then based on that we are going to see a data walkthrough, and then we will start actual design. All right. So now let's see what steps we are going to see in this particular entire project. So all the steps we are going to see one by one, and all will be created in this particular video itself. So the first thing which we are going to see is the requirement gathering or the business requirements. So nothing but a problem statement where we will take the information from, we will sit with the client, we will have a meeting with the client with our project manager, our BA, and all our team lead and all those things, our data engineers as well. And we will take the requirements. Those will be obviously documented, but they will also walk you through in the meeting so that if you have any questions, you can talk it over there itself. So we have done our business requirements, which are the first thing we are going to see. Then we will go with the data walkthrough, the data which we have, which is the most important part in the step, where 60 to 70% of work is done, where you have to go and learn all the domain knowledge based on the requirements, so your 60-70% work is done over there itself. Then we have to do data connection. So we will connect our Power BI to and data source, which is a flat file or CSV or Excel file, I will tell you. Then we have data cleaning. So we have to do some data cleanings as well, some quality checks as well. So that is also one part which we have to do over here. Then we will be doing some data modeling as well, where we will be connecting our this table to one more table. So there will be a data modeling also in this particular video or this particular project. So then data processing, obviously we have to do some calculations as well at column level, where we will be adding few calendar tables. We will be adding some columns in our original data as well, so that we have all the information which we want based on our requirements which we have, right? The DAX calculation, as I told you, we are going to see advanced DAX calculation, many more functions we are going to see in this. So obviously we are going to do that DAX calculations as well. Then the dashboard layouting, which is nothing but the layouts of entire dashboard, setting up the dashboards, creating color combinations and all those things, right? Then charts development and formatting, obviously, this is a continuous process which we are going to do in this entire video. So creating the chart, formatting those, bringing it into utmost format that it will be easily readable and easily operatable as well, right? Then dashboard and report development, which will be again a continuous process for us. We will be creating a simultaneous dashboards as well. And last one is nothing but the insight generation, which is the most, or we can say, a conclusion of this project, where we will be taking some insights. And as I told you, insights can be many more, but we will be giving some two-liner insights at higher level, which customer can take, and based on that he should or he can take some internal or decisions, where he can grow the hospital rooms, the emergency rooms, their processes, their guidelines and all those things, right? So in this, as I told you, we are going to design four dashboards. First is the monthly view, second is the consolidated view, third one is the patient details, and the last one is the key takeaways or insights from this particular dashboard. Right. Then moving ahead to our business requirements, the first thing what we do. So I will tell you what happens in real time first in 2 minutes, right? If you are actually working in an industry, and I will tell you with my experience of 10 plus years, which I have in this data analyst industry in different companies, right? So what happens initially when a project is onboarded? I will tell you at high level. So first, resource planning is done. Okay, based on the technology in which this particular project should be designed. Once the tool and technology is finalized, the resource allocations are done. And let's say you are the person who fits perfectly in that particular technology, and or that particular tool, I can say. Let's say it is in Power BI, and you are the person who knows Power BI and all the data sources connections for that, like Azure or GCPs, or if it is hosted on client side with few databases like Oracle or likewise. So you know all this functionalities, tools and all those things, you will be allocated to this project. Next thing what will happen is you will be given a domain documents of this particular client, right? They will give some PDFs, they will give some information related to this particular client, books, and they will ask you to read it, take some, gather some information. Then there is a project planning meeting will be scheduled with the client, where they will provide or give the information of their company. They will provide and give an information of what is the problem which they are having in their industry or in their company, where and why they want to analyze these things, right? And if from there only some problem statements, requirements will be generated, which we call functional requirement documents, business requirement documents, where they will help you with all the credentials, they will help you with all the information they need, or color combinations. They might also ask you to create first a wireframe model, like how should the dashboard looks like. And sometimes third party peoples also create this for us, where they will give us the sample format of a dashboard, all with all the navigations, with all the actions, buttons and all those things, with filters as well. And they will ask us to create the same thing or in Power BI or in any other visualization tool, right? And this, in this way, the requirements are gathered. And obviously next process is, you see the data, you check the data, check the tables, number of tables, you check the history of the data, you check relevant data, you do aggregations if required. If the data is very large. You create data sources, create gateways, and publish the data sources on Power BI first, and connect it to with your desktop version and create reports publishing. So the to and fro motion. So this is at very high level. Some more procedures are also there, but this is at very high level, right? And first, what the business requirement we have in our this particular problem statement, or sorry, in project, is KPIs requirement. And as I told you in the overview also, that we are going to define some high level KPIs which gives the information at higher level, the summary of the company, we can say. The first one is nothing but we are going to find out number of patients, right? And what the purpose of this is to just from the customer we are getting this, right? So it is to measure the number of patient visiting the ER daily. ER is nothing but emergency room daily, right? And they also want us to display a trend using an area spark line to understand pattern over time, right? So with respect to each and every day for that particular month, we have to find out the pattern by using a spark line so that they can record the peak days or seasonal trends from that, right? In similar way, we have to find out the average wait time as well, where we will be calculating the averages for the wait time for that particular patient, right? So that they are attended on time or before time based on that, right? And same again, we are going to design a spark line over here as well. And we have a patient satisfaction score as well. So it is required so that as on daily basis, they will evaluate their quality of service provided. So what is the quality of service provided, whether the patients are satisfied or not? Based on that, they are going to find out this KPI as well. Then we are also going to find out the number of patients referred, right? So for a specific department, how many patients were referred in that emergency room? So that is the thing which we are going to analyze from here as well, right? And based on this, all will have their own trends which we are going to do. So not so you can read this particular problem statement, record it, and understand what we are actually going to do in this particular project. All right. So now let's move ahead. So based on our first requirement of first dashboard, so the KPIs will be same on all the dashboards, or it will be for first two dashboards, I can say. But we will see actually on first dashboard what we are going to design, and it is nothing but the monthly view, right? So on first dashboard, we are going to find out the monthly view where we will monitor the key metrics and trend on month by month basis to identify the patterns and areas for improvement, right? So monthly view we are going to find out. Obviously, there are few peoples, or there might be a requirement where you might have to find it quarterly, weekly, monthly, yearly. And for that, not required that you should create different dashboards for all of these. You can create a parameter or a filter where you can create it in a single dashboard itself. But the video would be lengthy, so I'm just giving you one case where we are going to do it monthly view. And I request you to go and work on so that you can create in a same dashboard how you can create a weekly view as well, or we can say quarterly view, right? So this is the first thing which we are going to develop, the charts, different charts we are going to develop in this. First is the patient administration admission stage status, right? Where we are going to track admitted versus non-admitted patients, right? So here we are given a full liberty, whichever chart you want to use, you can use there. Or if you want to use a grid view, if you want to use a bar pie chart, or a vertical bar chart, or a tree map, or a matrix chart, or shape map, whatever you want to use, right? So it depends on a developer which should be a best suitable chart for that particular requirement, right? So I have used these particular charts. It is not necessary that you should use the same. I might be wrong, or your thinking might be different, mine might be different, and based on that, you might create a different chart for that particular. But based on my 10 years of experience, I have created this dashboard based on what visual is best suitable for what problem statement, right? So second one is patient age distribution. We usually create a frequency or a bin chart for this. That is what I have created. So where we have to group our patients by 10 years of age interval, right? Then we have to find out department referrals across different departments. Then timeliness is nothing but measure percentage of patient seen within the 30 minutes, right? That is what we have to find out. Then the gender analysis we have to do, where we have to distribute the patient by gender. Okay. Then the racial demographics is nothing but based on the demographics of race of that particular patient, we will see And the time analysis, which is the most important, where we have to see the volume of patient visiting that particular ER room by day and by hour, right? So this is what we are going to design in our first dashboard based is nothing but monthly view, right? The second is consolidated view, where holistic summary will be there of that entire hospital. And here we are going to give an end and start date where a user can see the data. Either he can see from start to end, if you want to see for relevant or any respective start to end date, 6 months, 7 months, or in between one day also he can see the data from there, right? And the charts will be same. Okay, whatever charts we will be using will be same, just we are going to change a spark line over there, and we will see how we are going to do that while designing the dashboard, right? So this was your dashboard 2, and next in dashboard 3 we are going to give a granular insight to our customer, where they will be able to view the patient level data, and by which they will be doing a detailed analysis row wise, right? And they can also export that particular based on different filters which we are going to apply over there, right? And for that, what grid we have to create, and these are the number of, or we can say list of I can say the dimensions which should be able or which should be available on that particular grid. All right. Then the last dashboard is nothing but a key takeaways. So the name of this dashboard is wrong. I will just change it. It should be key takeaways. Okay. So this is a key takeaway dashboard actually. So in this particular, we are going to design, or we are going to actually write an entire text where we will be taking an insights from whatever charts or whatever three dashboards we have developed, and from that which a customer can do visualization. They can find different patterns, different anomalies, and do some actions based on, so that they can optimize their particular emergency room operations, and they can perfect patient care. All right. So these are the four dashboards and these are the requirements. So before moving ahead into our analysis, I know you people watch the video, some of you like also, and I would just like to request you to please go ahead and subscribe it, because just people watch and go. Like you can see 80%, 84% people do not subscribe, only 16% do subscribe. So it's a very less amount. I will just give me a motivation and to keep bringing such kind of project, just go ahead and just subscribe the channel, so that more and more such projects I can do with the help of your motivation, right? So let's see the data which we have, and I will give you a quick data walkthrough. So the data, it's a single file which you can see in front of your screen, and is a .csv file. So here you can see at the top, these are the number of columns we have, which is the total number of 12 columns. If you can see, the rows we have is 9217, but in that one is the header, so total rows or the total data we have is 9216. All right. And I will just explain you each and every particular row over here, or we can say column, not row. But before that, I will just recommend you to go through this particular terminology document, where each and every information of that particular row is been provided, of that column is been provided, or of that field is been provided. So the link of this you would find in the description box itself. You can download and you can read it from here. If you want it, you can download it. All right. So the first is the patient ID we have, and patient ID is nothing but it's an unique number given to each and every patient. So this will be an unique ID for us. So each and every row will have an unique patient ID, and obviously it should be not null. So fortunately, this data is already cleaned. We have a clean data over here, so we don't have to do much cleaning in this, right? So we have a clean data and structured data for us, right? The next we have is the patient admission date. So on that, which date for that particular patient has been admitted or visited that particular the same thing. Okay, the patient admission and visited date is the same thing. So it will be an patient date which he have visited or been admitted, because on that particular date, and we have the time also on what time he have visited that particular hospital. Then we have the initial of the patient and the last name of the patient. So this is the way they type all the information, the first name, and then we have the last name. Obviously, this is the patient gender, which is the self-explanatory field. We don't have to, go in detail with this. That is male, female. Then we have age of the patient, and this will be obviously in years. Okay, so this will be years, of the patient age in years. Then we have race, whether he is a white, he is an African, Asian, or African American, likewise, right? And he's the here we have a department referral, so whether he has been referred to any department or not, or he just was not referred and then he was just admitted or visited that patient directly. And we have a patient admission flag, which is nothing but true, and true indicates that the patient has been admitted after his consultants. And then the false is nothing but the patient was not admitted after with consulting with the that medical officer, right? Then we have a patient satisfaction score, and here you can see that not all the patient have the satisfaction score over here. So this might be something that it won't be giving us an correct information over here when we take average of all of these, but this is the satisfaction score we have. So we will for now be taking all the direct average of all the entire rows. So that's the patient satisfaction score we have. Then we have the patient wait time, which will be in minutes. Okay. So this is the patient wait time we have. And CM we have. Let me see what does it mean. Okay, she's nothing but a case manager. Okay, so patient CM is the case manager where individual or team responsible coordinating with the patient. This is nothing but for that of that particular department or of that particular doctor's reception, whether that coordinator was managing that particular patient or not. It is in yes or no. That's it. And so this is the data which we have, and based on this particular data we are going to design our dashboard. So you can download this data from the description box, will be where the link will be there for of this particular video. All right, so now let's proceed and we'll start, and we'll just open Power BI and we will start designing our dashboard. So I have taken a new Power BI workbook file, you can see in front of your screen, and now you can follow the steps whatever I am doing in this particular video. So the first what we have to do is we have to connect our Power BI to the data source we have. And as I told you, we have the data source format as .csv file or a flat file. And so there are different data connections available. So connect our data or Power BI to a flat file. What we have to do is here you have to go in a home ribbon first, and here you have an option called as a get data. You can just click over here, and here you have an option called as a text or CSV, right? So you can just click on this particular text and CSV, and what you have to do is you have to locate your file in your system. So you might have already downloaded the link or the data from the link which is available in the description box. Alright, so after you have located your file in your local, I will just click on this and I will just click on open. So it will take some time for your connection, and it will give you a message, and you just have to load your data. So you can also check if all the columns are been imported or not, or been brought or not in Power BI. It will just give you the first 200 rows. Okay, you can also bring your entire data set also to view it over here, right? So I'll just click on load data, and as soon as you do, the data will be loaded in your Power BI. So you can see so data has been loaded, and if you want to see the data at the left hand side, you have a option here called table. You just have to click on this particular table view, and here you can see the entire data has been brought over here. And at the right hand side, you can see the name of this table. And here when you collapse this, and you can see these are all the you can see the fields available in this particular entire data. And you can see some icons or symbols are also provided over here. The summation is nothing but it's a numeric data type, I can say, or a whole number, and this is nothing but a date data type, and all other are dimensions, right? So the data type are also there. So after the data has been brought into your Power BI, always do some checks first. First, what you have to do is you have to check if all the data has been brought, check if all the columns are there, see the number of rows. You can see at the table, you can see at the bottom left corner you have the name of the table, and you can see the number of rows which are been brought from that particular table, right? So you can see 9216 rows, which are the same number of rows which I showed you when we saw the data walkthrough. So the first thing, and all this all the values are also been brought. Check also do check if every column has a correct data type or not, right? Because when you do some calculation, it might give you some error if the data type is different. All right. So this is the data which has been already brought over here. Next thing what we will do, we have to do some cleaning of the data, and for that we will do it in Power Query. So before moving ahead into our this project, I would like you to introduce to my website. So this website I have created with request of many subscribers and followers, where they want, or they always ask me to provide the different projects, different materials, a proper roadmap with all the links in that, so they can follow and they can become a perfect data analyst. So in this particular website there are so many projects, so many projects in different tools, and so materials of different tools I have added it over here. And right now here you can see I have a complete data analyst, complete material, Power BI projects are there. But you might be confused like what will be exactly available in this material. So you just have to click on this particular material, and when you click, everything is given over here, right? So you can just read everything out, and you can check what is exactly available in this material, and based on that only you can go ahead and purchase it, right? Similarly for projects also, when I click on this particular projects, you can just see sample projects how it will be looking like, and you can see what are the projects available, on which particular domain these particular projects are available, what are the name of projects, everything is been provided over here. So likewise I have data analyst complete material, in which all the tools are covered. You will get all the notes, you will get all the cheat sheets, ppts, which you can just refer before going to an interview. There are scenario based interview questions, HR manager, level 1, level 2, level 3 interview questions and answers, scenario based interview questions and answers. You have links to, or we can say a proper syllabus is there, and what links you should follow to complete those particular syllabus, right? So entire roadmap is present, projects are there. If you want to go for any specific material, you don't want to purchase all the material, you can just go with these materials. Excel projects are there, Tableau projects are there, Tableau material, Blinkit analysis, which I did you on already on YouTube, that is present. And if you want to connect it to a one-on-one, then there are career options, calls also available, mock interview options are also available, right? So I would recommend you to go ahead and check this out. And right now, the Shera festival is going on, and I used to update the sales on my YouTube channel also. What sales are been, what discounts are been going on right now. 53% off is there, and I guess this is valid only for today. In future also there will be sales coming, but you can just go ahead, come to this highlight option, and you can see what code you have to use, and it is valid up to what date. Okay, I usually used to upload it on my community post on YouTube and on LinkedIn profile as well. All right. So if you're interested, you can go ahead. You can see if it is helping you. You can go ahead and find this. And if you can see this, my profile is verified from TopMate. Okay, and I was a top rated in 2023, top rated in data as well. So this all materials are created by myself, my own, because I am the sole owner of this particular website as well as on my channel. So please go ahead and check it out. And now we will move ahead with our video. And I will tell you what cleaning we have to do. Not much cleaning, I can say we have to do some processing or data modifications. Just that we have to do. And for that, I will just go in here, home ribbon tab, and here you have different options for that to do. And just we'll go on the transform data. So once you click on this, it will take us to a new page known as Power Query Editor, and where you can do some different transformations on the data. So I'll just click on this, and it has opened me a new window where I can do different transformations over here, right? So first I'll just uncheck this, and then I will show you how to check the quality of the data as well later, right? So this is the name of the table you can see, and at the right hand side you can see these are the applied steps. This is nothing but a history of whatever steps we are applying after coming to this Power Query editor, so that another user or yourself, when you're opening it after 2 months, 6 months, a year, or 2 years, so you know what steps are being applied to clean the data or to modify the data over here in Power Query itself, right? So what first we have to do here is we have to create a new column over here, because here you can see a patient's first initial is present and patient's last name is present, but we want a patient full name which will be required later in our dashboard creations or report creation. So we will do that first. So we have to create a new column over here, which will give us an or we can say concatenation of these two fields, where which will be combined and determined or called as an patient full name. So for that, I will just go in and second option over here called as third, I can say add column. Then here you have an options over here. I will just click on custom column. Okay, so we have to create a new column based on a custom formula. I will just click on a custom column over here, and you can see a dialog box has been opened, and it is asking us what should be the name of the column. So I'll just give the name of the column as patient full name. Okay, so this is my name of the column, patient full name, and here you can add the formula, right? So what I want is it should be addition of patient first initials. I will just take and drag it. I'll just double click over here. You can see patient first initial, and you can use an ampersand, and I will use a double inverted comma. So I want a space between these two fields. So that's the reason I will add one space over here. You can see I've just added one space into double inverted commas. Again, I will write an and, because this is and one string, this is one string, this is second string, and third we have to add again, that is patient's last name. Just click over here, and this is the formula. And here you will get a message that no syntax error is there in this particular formula which we have wrote over here. And you have to just click on OK. As soon as you do this, you can see a new table has been, or not, a new column has been created, which gives an information of patient full name. And obviously you can do this in Tableau as well, but I want to just tell you how it is done in Power Query, so you will know that yeah, we can do it in Power Query as well. Because if there is some tricky calculation, some tricky or some complex edit you have to do, it is preferred that you should do it at data source level, or you can do it in Power Query itself, right? So this is the patient full name, and you can see at the right hand side in applied steps, there is an option one added here called as added custom. So if you want to see the information of this, you can just click on here. That is nothing but this settings button, and you can see what formula you have applied over here. So this records everything, and if you want to delete this, you just have to click on this cross button twice. It will delete this entire step, right? So likewise, what are the steps applied when you come to Power Query Editor? It has been recorded, and you can know what we have to do here, or what has been done over here. The next is patient gender. You can see patient gender, it's given just with MF, these kind of words, that is abbreviations, but we have to mention it in a full words, right? So what we will do, we will change this M to male and F to female. So for that, I will just click on this particular drop down over here, and I'll just right click over here, not on drop down, just a right click over here. Also we can see NC is also there, right? So I will just click on drop down layer. You can just right click over here, and you have an option here called replace values. I'll just click on replace value, and here you have an option. I will just replace M. Okay, I have to replace M, and I have to add it with male. Okay, just click on male and just hit OK. You can see all M has been converted to male. Right click again, and I will just change it again, replace values. Now I will change F to female. Okay, simple. Just change F to female now, and one more step, that is NC. Right here you can see now NC we have to change to non-confirmed. Okay, so right click, replace value, and I'll change this NC to not confirmed. Okay, the spelling it might be different, but I have just used this. You can change the spelling if I'm wrong over here. I will just use this. Okay, and now here if you click on this, you can see all these values are being changed to female, male, and not confirmed. And here all the history has been maintained, replaced value 1, 2, and whatever replacement has been done. Here you can just click on this, and you can see what has been replaced and what not, right? So all the steps have been applied, and we have done our data cleaning. Actually, this was the only cleaning we required, but most of the time we have to check everything, and this is why the most of the time we have to do work on data itself. Once the data has been structured and cleaned, it is very easy for us to create and dashboard based on the customer requirement and writing the tax formulas as well, right? So more and more data or more and more time should be spent on data modeling and data creation itself, because it is the heart and brain of this particular Power BI reports. All right. But so now next what we have to do is we have to save this entire thing, and first we have to check the quality of the data as well, right? So now to check the quality of the data, meaning we have to see if there are any errors, any blanks. So there might be blanks, but errors should be not there, because blanks is not an error or it is not an discrepancy in the data. It is the demand of that particular data set that there should be a blank value, but errors should not be there. So for that we will go in view here. Okay, just go in view, and here there are some options available. I'll just click on column distribution, and I will just click on column profile as well. Column profile is not required. Column distribution itself will give you everything. So here you can see uh, the first thing, that is patient ID. Here you can see message has been provided that 100%, or we can say 100% distinct value and 100% unique. It is nothing but each and every row of this particular table or this particular hospital data of that particular patient is unique. So each patient visiting to that particular hospital is given an unique ID, and that's the reason this, right? The patient ID is also, we can say patient admission date is also unique. Why? Because on the patient date might be repeating, but here you can say time might be different, right? So it can be same if they are referring to different department, but that is a very rare case it might happen. But for our data it is different, because the time is different. Date can be same, but time is different for us here, right? Similarly here, initials obviously initials may duplicate, so it doesn't matter for us, just that it should not have you know errors, which is not there. Okay. And then we have here patient last name also, which is fine. It might be, there might be patient who are having same name. Here you can see three distinct values are there, because male female and not come from that all. Then we can see patient age. Then we have seven distinct values here also, rise in patient race. Then we have eight distinct value in referrals, also two distinct in admission flag, because just true and false is there. Satisfaction score, here you can see there are null, because we do not have an value for all the patient satisfaction score, so that is fine, it doesn't matter. Then we have patient wait time. Okay. Then we have CM score, and this is nothing but the newly created field, that is nothing but patient full name, right? So in this way you can also check the quality of the data, and here also you will get a message where it gives us an information of it is valid 100%. You can say error is 0%. So if error is 0%, it is a good message for us. If it is valid 100%, that is a good message for us. This two, that is valid, sorry, error and empty, it should not be there over here, right? It might be there, because here you can see empty is there 72%. That is fine. Empty is nothing but blank values are there, that is fine. Error should not be there. Getting? So it should be always 100%, because it should be valid. Error should be always 0%. Empty can be 0% or may not be 0%. That's fine. Depends on purpose to purpose of that particular field, and client to client or table to table information from that field. All right. So this is how you actually check the quality of the data. All right. So now what we will do, we have to go back to our Power BI. And for that, what we will do, I will just hit close and apply button, so that whatever changes we have done over here, those will be automatically applied, and we will go back to our Power BI desktop. So I'll just hit close and apply, and it will take some time to load all the changes again. Yes, we are here. Here you can see the patient full name, which has been added. Then you can see here the patient gender, where male and female are there. If you click here, you can see male, female, and not confirmed is there. All right. So likewise, all the information has been added over here. Okay, guys. Now, next thing, what we have to do here is we have to create a date table. And now, why to create a date table? Because as I told you, we have to create. I'll just show you the dashboard over here first. Created. We have to show the month and year, right? And to show this, I usually prefer to create a monthly, or we can say a date table, as well as for the spark lines also. I will usually go and create a date table, which is a separate table based on which modeling will be done, and that it should be brought into visualization. And similarly for these particular things as well, for creating hours, months, that is nothing but Monday to Wednesday and all these things, we actually require time intelligence functions, or we can say a date table. We also called it as a calendar table. So first we will create that. So whenever you have to deal with date functions related anything to date, always create a date table, and it is recommended by Power BI, Microsoft itself, that you should create a date table so you can play correctly with your dates. Okay, because date is something that your data is which confirms that your data is of that particular date, of that particular time, and all those things, right? So you work on any project, you always have to create a date table, and you always have to play with dates, and based on dates only you have to find out all the metrics, right? So for that, what I will do here, you have an option. You have to go in table tools here. Okay, just go in table tools, and here you can create a new table. Okay, so I'll just create a new table, hit it, and here you have a DAX. I'll just increase this, and I will name it as date table. Okay, so I've created a date table. Now what I will do here, you have to create a date table based, and I will just create it from calendar. Okay, I will use a function called calendar, and it takes two arguments, that is start date and end date. Okay, so start date for me, I will derive it from admission date, because admission date, whatever minimum date we have in admission, so it is the first patient which we have, it will be first patient visited in that hospital from that data, and we will take maximum date which will be the last patient visited that particular hospital, and in between all the dates we will automatically get. So start date is nothing but minimum, it will be minimum of our patient admission date, right? So from this only we are going to derive everything. So I have, and okay, so it's flag, I have to take date. Okay, so it's patient admission date, close the bracket, comma, second argument will be max. I just reduce it so I will know, I will max of again patient admission date. Okay, so it will be this patient admission date, close the bracket again, close this calendar, right? So this is for max and this is for calendar, and hit enter. So as soon as you do here, you can see the dates has been created. Okay, so the first patient which was admitted was on 1st of April 2023, and the last one here you can see it was on 30th of November, I guess. No, October 2024. So this is the data we have, that is from 2023 to 2024, almost 16 17 months you can calculate. Okay, so whatever the data we have in this particular date table, you can see each and every row of this particular date is different. If you can see carefully, you can see date, each and every date is different on each and every table, or you can say each and every row, right? So this is, you can say, a primary key for this particular table, which is unique, not null, and right, each and every row have an unique value, all right, and not null value. And now what I will do in this particular table, I will create a new column. So I'll just click on new column, and I will name it as month. Okay, I will name it as month name. So month name, I will just use a format function, because if you use month function, it will give the number of that particular month, but we want the name of that month. So format, so value should be what, date table itself. Okay, so this is nothing but this date column. So date column from this date table, comma, and what should be the format? So in double inverted comma, I will type 3 times m. I will close and I will just hit enter. So as soon as you do, you can see it is extracting the month name from this particular date field. Okay, 3 times m, it is giving us the first three letters of that particular month. If you type 4 times m here, it will give you the entire name of that month. So I will just give 3 times. So I just want the initial letters, right? Then I will extract the year as well, right? So what I will do, I will write one more. I will just go to table tools and I will create one more column, and I will write year. Okay, I will name it as year, and I will use a year function. So year function itself will give me the name of, or the number of that year, or we can say 2023 or 2024 likewise. and it should be from date field of that data table, and just hit enter. You can see it is extracting the year of that particular field, of that particular value from the date column. All right. So there are more fields we have to create over here, or more columns we have to create. But based on, as we move into our design, based on the requirements we have, we will create those on the go itself and not now. So you will understand why we are creating those. So these two I have created because, in the first dashboard for a monthly view, we have an filter. Okay, here you can see we have an filter here, this, where we have to show the filter in September 2023, October 2023, likewise, right? That's the reason we have created that. Okay, now we have to connect these two tables. Why we have to do that? Because right now, as per the data model we have created, they are not connected to each other, right? They are two separate entities, and to do that we have to do data modeling. So I will just go in model view, and here you can see we have to do data modeling. So right now there is no connection in between these two tables. Until and unless we create a connection in between these two tables, uh, it won't work while we are creating the report, right? So we have to create a connection first, and then it will be useful for us when we are creating the reports. So we know that this is a date field which is an unique and not null field, that is a primary key for us. So I will just take this date and I will drag and drop on the date, patient admission date. So as soon as you do, it will give us an new relationship field over here, which shows that cardinality as one to many, which is correct, and cross filter direction is single, which we want the same as it is. I'll just click on save, and as soon as you do, you can see a relationship has been created. And as soon as when I hover over my mouse on this line, it gives me an information that these two tables are been connected in between which two fields. So that is date and patient admission date. And here you can see one is there and here star is there. What's the reason behind that? Because here the date have, each and every row have a unique value. So that's the reason one is there. Nothing but date is a primary key. But here you can see star is there, which means that this patient admission date have multiple repetitive dates. I can see, you can see it is a foreign key which have repetitive values, but it does not have unique values. It have duplicate values are also there. Like date might be have same. If you go in here and if you see the hospital year data here, you can find some dates that are repetitive on each and every row, right? Don't look at time, we are just looking at dates. Okay, so you can see dates might be repetitive on each and every row, right? If you find it, you will get. Right now we are not able to see those because those are not sorted correctly, but you will find it. Okay, likewise. So that's the reason one to many. This is primary key, this is foreign key, right? So it's and this is the actually the uh, I can say the join which is recommended. That is, we should always use one to many joins in between modelings. There might be cases where you have to use one to one. Rarely many to many is used, but one to many is always used. If you are using many to many, it causes redundancy in the data or duplications in data as well. All right. So we'll go again back to our table view, and now we'll go back to our report view now. And now here actually we have to create our dashboard because we have cleaned the data modeling has been also done, and now we will build our visuals. All right. So now we will be starting our actual design, and before developing our reports as per our problem statement or a business requirement, first we will do a page setting for us. And so now you can see this is a page one. We will do the page setting over here itself. So just go over here in format your report page. I will just click here. Here you have different options available. First I will go to canvas setting, and here the type I will choose it as custom, so I can use a custom height and custom width over here. So I'll be choosing the height for me will be 1400 pixel. The height will be 1400 pixel for me, and the width I will be choosing it as 2300. Okay, so this will be the height and width for me, and the alignment I will choose it as middle. All right, this is canvas setting. I will go to canvas background. I will give the background color as well. So I will choose from here and I will go to more colors, and I will use a color code over here as OD1FF. So this will be the color code which I will be using. Okay. It's a very light gray and I will be using the transparency as 85%. Okay. So this will be the color code which I'll be using here. You can see in this. Actually, just give me a second. So this code, it should be background code. I will choose it as different. First again, hashtag A0. Again, I will do that B1FF. Okay, yeah. So this is a blue color. Actually, this is a zero over here, A0D1FF. So you can use the same code with 85% of transparency. All right. So now you can see we have some placeholders at left hand navigation page for this, and at the top to take the titles and some filters as well. So I will add those first. So you can just go ahead and go to insert page, and I will add in the shapes over here and just choose this rectangle. Okay. So you can see the rectangle has been brought. I will just take it to the extreme edge and I will go to general, go to properties, and I will choose the height for it. So height would be directly, I will just drag it to the end of this particular page canvas, I can say. And the width for me, I will be choosing at 310. Okay, so this will be the width. I will again copy this, Control C, Control V, and I will bring it over here and I will reduce the size likewise and extend it to the end. All right. And I can go to general, go to properties, and here I will just choose the height for this as 140. Okay. So this is the uh, canvas, titles and all those things, right? So to take the title and the menu bars over here. Now select both the shapes by using control, select both the shapes and we will do some color combinations here. Now just go in style and I will go to more colors and I will choose the color for me as hashtag 70BBFF. Okay, so this will be the color combination and the transparency I will be using it as 50%. Okay, so yeah, so this will be the headers titles which we'll be taking. And so here you can see I haven't been using any select both again and I will be not using any border, so I'll just turn off the border over here. All right. So this will be the placeholders for our headers. I can say here you can see. All right. Let's see if we are using any borders over here. I mean, I just want to check. No, we are not using. All right. So let me check once the color combination. Are we using it correctly? Just confirming. Yes, we are using the same. You can use the same color and you can use the color combination as your wish. So doesn't matter. Now we will go ahead and we will add a title to this particular report. So I'll just click on text, right? And I will reduce it. It's big and I will add the text that is nothing but the title of our dashboard, that is hospital emergency room dashboard. Okay, reduce it. Select this entire thing and we will choose the font as Sage UI bold and the font size is 44. Okay, and now increase it likewise, reduce this likewise. Now select this particular shape, then go in effects and turn off the background. Just that's one thing we have to do. And I will now drag it at the top. Okay, so this is my title as you can see it over here. Now I'll add one more text which will carry the name of my dashboard. So I'll reduce it first. Okay, and which says monthly view. Okay, same thing you have to do here as well. Go to effects, turn off the background first, select the entire text, and I will choose the font as Candara and I will make it as bold and I will choose the font size as 28. Okay, so this is my monthly view dashboard. All right, perfect. Okay, so now based on this, what we will do, we have our problem statement. Let me show you first. Okay, All right. So now based on our problem statement, first we have to do the KPIs requirement. And first we have to find out the number of patients. That is, we have to design our KPIs first. And for that, we will do few calculations and then we will start doing our design. Okay. That is bringing by using tax calculation, we will start designing our dashboard simultaneously on the go itself. All right. Now what we will do, I will just collapse this and now we will do our design. So first thing what we have to do is find a number of patients. Okay, here you can see find out number of patients which are visiting that emergency room daily, that is ER daily, and we have to display the trend as well for them as in a spark line. Right. So what we will do first, I'll just right click over here and I will create a new measure. I will just increase the size so it will be visible for you, and I will name that measure as number of patients. Okay, so this will be number of patients for me. Okay, so now I already told you when I was giving you a walkthrough of this particular project that number of patient is nothing but the each and every row in the data set. I will just show you the data. So each row in this particular data displays the information of patient. Okay, one patient. So we have to take row count of each and every data or whatever we have in this particular data, right? So each and every count of the row we have to take, and for taking a count, we should know that which is a primary key available in this particular data set. And as I already told you, patient ID is something which is unique for each and every patient. So we will take distinct count of this particular. If you can take count also, but safer side, we will take distinct count of this particular patient ID. We will get an one and same value if you are taking distinct count or count distinct. That is only count. So I'll be using as a distinct count. Okay, so I'll use distinct count and the column name is nothing but patient ID. Right. So this will be the patient ID for me. And just close this and hit enter. All right. Now what I will do, I will just bring a KPI card over here. You can see a KPI card, a regular KPI card I will bring. I will reduce the size first. Okay. And I will just bring up the, so you can see a new calculation has been created. You can see a calculator sign from here. So it indicates that new measure has been created. So I'll just select this and you can see these are the total number of patients available for us. But what we want is we want this as a monthly view. And when I say monthly view, we have to select it for a particular month of that particular year. All right. So now we have to bring a filter over here which displays the month and year of that particular, we can say, we can say year and month of that particular date. All right. So now to do that, what we can do is we can either bring two filters, one which says year and one which says month, or we can combine those month and year filter and then bring those. Both options are available for us, and easiest one is we can bring both as at a time, as I told over here. Here you can see we can bring both at a time, but it will be a long list for us to display. So what we will do, we will bring first year and then we will bring month. Okay, if data is large, then we can first sort it by year and then we can sort it by month. Right. So what we will do first, I will take a slicer from here. You can see I will just take a slicer. I will reduce it. Okay, and first I will choose it as year. Okay, you can see year is available. I will go in settings over here, go to slicer settings, and first I will choose it as drop down, and selection I will just choose it as single select. All right. So we will have a single select over here. So first I will choose it as 2024. Okay, or you can just choose it as 2023 as well. All right. So now next what I will do, I will bring month as well. So I will just copy this and I'll bring month as well over here. So I'll just delete this first and I'll bring month over here. All right. So same here, slicer settings is again a single select. But when we are selecting this filter, we are not getting any value over here. So that's something worrying for us. And what do you think? What might be the error? So this kind of error you will get in a real time, projects as well. That you are doing everything correct, but still you are not getting a value in this particular field. So what's wrong over here, guys, is which is very important for us to see is that we are doing something wrong in our data model itself. See, Power API is nothing but when we drag and drop the fields, it will give some input or it will give some value for us. Sometimes it gives the correct value, sometimes it gives null value, blank values. So sometimes it will give an incorrect value itself directly. But why it gives that particular name for us? Because it is everything related to data cleaning, data modeling, and all the data types are correct or not. So first thing what we have to check, I will just go to our data and we will check if this data or the date which field which we are using, it has a correct data type. So when I select this particular data field, you can see the data type is date time, which is absolutely correct. Then we will go in data model, we can see the data model is also correct. Then what is wrong? So here you can see we are using the join in between date and patient admission date. And when you see the patient admission date, it has a time column as well in this, right? Or we can see a time component available in this date itself. And when we are joining with this particular date, that is, if you see the date table, here you can see the date which we have created as a calendar table, it have 0000 everything. That is, it does not have a specific time period which we have dragged and brought it into the date table. So if you see this particular, these two fields, those are not correct actually, right? So what we will do, we will extract this patient admission date into two fields. First, we will make conversion of this patient admission date as where it will take only date. Okay, where it will only take a date format, and the second one, it will just take a time. Okay, so it will bring only time from this field and it will only bring date from this field. So we'll split these two political fields. So for that, what I will do in this year table, I will right click and I will create new column, not new measure, new column. I will just create a new column and I will name it as patient admin date. Okay, I will name it as patient admin date. You can use any date, whatever you want. Okay, and I will be using a date function because we have to create a date. So it is asking us year. So what should be the year? I will take year function. I'll be using a year function. Sorry. Okay, I'll be using an year function of which date. So we want to take year from this particular date, that is patient admission date. So I will take it from patient admission date, close the bracket, comma. The second argument will be the month. So I will be using a month function from here. And again, I will have to take it from patient admission date. Sorry. Okay, so patient admission date, close the bracket, comma. Okay, then I have to use days. I will be using a day function again from patient admission date. All right, close the day and for the day, and I will just hit enter. Then as soon as you do, you can see we have got this particular new field for us where we have only received, and what I can say here, from here you can see from patient admission date, we have only received a date from here. But here you can say the time everywhere is 00, but we don't want time itself over here to be displayed. So for that, just select this particular column, and here you can see data type. Here we will only choose it as date. Okay, so you can see we can only now see the date over here and no date time component available over here. Similarly, go in date table also, select this particular date, and here also we'll just choose here as a date. We don't want any time component. Perfect. Now we'll go to our model and I will make some changes in our model. So connecting, instead of using patient admission date and date, we will use it patient admin date we just created right now, which will be a correct join for us, right? So first I will right click here and I will delete this. I will just click here. And now as soon as I change this, here you can say whatever I see blank over here, I was seeing initially, because now I have deleted the data model. So it will show us the correct number because it is showing now all the records. It is independent of this two because I have deleted the model. But when I choose this, it will show us the correct number of that particular month. So when I join this, see, I will have to join this now on patient admin date, the newly created. I will join this. You can see one to many single, that is correct, and just click on save. So now you can see data model is created. Now we'll go to report view. And now here you can see 479 is the correct number which we are seeing. Let's say you want to see for February. So I'll just, so in 2023 we don't have, I'll just go into 2024 and I will select it for February 431. And we'll just cross check our value with our new dashboard that I have already created. As you can see February 2024, it was 431. The same value we are getting over here. Alright, so in this way we have to troubleshoot, and I'm sure you might have learned something from here, that when we are joining on a date field which has a time component in it, it would not work if you are using a calendar table. You have to split these two fields. We still have to split the time component, but we will do it later when we are working on a time component part in a matrix chart. So that is a later part. Okay. So now I'll just bring, I will do some formattings on this quickly. So I will just go on values and I'll choose it as semi bold, and I will increase the size so it will be visibly good for us. So I'll just increase the header as well, and I will choose it as again semi bold, and I will increase to 15. Alright. Same thing, format painter, and I will use it for, sorry, select this format painter and I will use it for month as well. Alright. And I'll just reduce this, and I'll just bring it over here. And we'll do more formatting on this at the end of this particular dashboard. All right. So now you can select different months, select different years and all those things. But over here, one more thing what you can notice here is I don't see 2023 because February we have selected and February is not available in 2023. So if you select any other October, you can see now here now 2023 is available. So either you can do this or you can do this slicer as well. I will show you how to this particular slicer, that is month and year both in a one single slicer. So for that you have to go in date table. So I will just go in date table over here and I will just right click over here and I will create new column in date table. Okay. And I will name it as month and year. Okay. Simply you can just concatenate these two. So one thing that guys always remember, you can bring or write this entire calendar table in one calculation also. It does it, you can do that, but I am doing this all in separate calculations just for your ease of understanding. So when you move forward, you do more calculations, you do more practice in such kind of projects, in real-time projects, you can write this entire date table in one single calculation itself. Okay. So that's your part, but you can do in this way also. Just for ease of understanding, I'm doing this so you will not be getting confused. All right. So I will just add this. Okay, I will use a month name. Okay, I'll use the month name. We already have month name, and I will just use it as add function. I will add one space over here and year. Simple. Hit enter. So you can see you have the month and year of this particular field which has been taken from here. I just go over here into your report view and you can just bring a filter of this. Okay, instead of this you can bring month and year and then you can operate it however you want. You can do that. All right. So here as well you can see this particular months, those are not formatting correctly in ascending order, right? So that is at the top there should be January and at the end there should be December. Okay, so that we should know how we can do that. All right, so we can do that actually. All right, so now to do that, what I will do, I will just go in our date table again over here, and I will create one more column over here, name as month number. So I'll just bring month number over here. So bring month number. Okay, and I will just use a month function. So when I use month function, it will give me the number of that particular month. So April, it will give me 4, right? If you want month name, you have to use format function. And month, I will just take it from date table. So you can see from date of this date table, and I will just hit enter, and you can see you will get the month number of each and every month which are there in this particular date column. Okay, now I will just go to report view, select this month name. Okay, just select this month name, go to column tools, and here you have an option called by sort. I will just sort it by month number. Okay, as soon as you do, and now when you see here, you can see you have everything from January to October. So I mean, we don't have December. That's the reason we just have the data till October. And you can see those are all in the correct format which we actually have as a calendar. All right. So this is also one more trick which you can do. All right. So now we have created our first KPI, and now we will go ahead and bring our first shape over here. That is nothing but the placeholder for our KPI. So for that, I'll just go in insert, go in shapes, and I'll just bring the shape over here. Alright, so this is the shape, and we'll do some formattings for on this. So go in general, go in properties. So the height for me will be 260. Okay, and the width I will be using it as 435. Okay, and all other thing, that is go in shape And in shape, the corners I'll be using it as 8%. Okay. And obviously style we have to choose for this. So the color for this I'll be using, just go in more colors, and I will be using a code over here. I will just tell you code will be 7 hashtag 70 BBFF. Okay. And I'll use 30% as transparency. Okay. So this will be the code which we'll be using. One second. Just let me check what code actually is there. I think I'm doing something wrong. I'll just take a code from here itself. I think we are using a plain white. Okay, I will just use zero transparency and I will use a white. Okay, so we're using a plain white. Alright. And 1 minute. So border, I will be using it as going shape, going style, and border I will be using as at 2 pixel. And let me see what is the color of the border. So it will be this one, I guess. Yeah, the first one. This. Okay, so this is the placeholder for our KPI. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Is it perfect? Yes, it is. All right. So now we have to do some formattings over here as well. So for this number, first we'll do some formattings. I'll just go over here in call out value, and here I will be choosing the din only as a field font, and I will just bold it, and the font size I will be using as 45 itself. All right. So I won't change anything over here, but just I will just turn off the category label. Okay. So I don't want category label to be displayed. All right. I'll go to general and I will turn off the background first in effects. All right. And next thing what I have to do, I have to give the title here. Right here you can see the title of this particular chart also I have to give. So I'll just copy this title over here from here. Control C, Control V, the monthly view, and I will just give the name of our title, that is nothing but number of patients. All right. So just let me check the font of this. Okay, it is Candara 24, and I guess this one bold. All right. So it's Candara. I'll be using it as 24, and this one. Like this. Perfect. Okay. All right. So this will be the number of patient for me. And then I will bring the value over here. Okay. First I'll choose February. So I'm matching the values 431. So you can see the value has gone behind this particular shape. So what I will do, I will just select this shape, then go to format. Okay. And just click send backward. You have to click 3 to 4 times. You just click 3 to 4 times, send backward, and automatically the value will be displayed over here. Likewise, you can see the 431. All right. So next thing what we have to do is we have to create an area chart that is nothing but spark line, which will show the spikes of that particular month, how it is affecting, or it gives us the daily trend of that particular number of patients. So for that, I will just choose the area chart from here. So this is the area chart. Okay. And I will just take a date from here. Okay. So based on this date, we have to take, and I will just take the number of patients from here. All right. And from here, what I will do, I will just delete this. We don't want quarter and day. Okay, we just want up till day. Okay, we don't want year and quarter, all those things. We'll just keep it till date, and we'll do some cleaning on this first. So I'll just go to format visual. I will go to x-axis. I will turn off all the values, and we don't want title as well. Similarly, on y-axis, we will turn off the values and we will turn off the title. We don't want grid lines as well, so grid lines are also off, and we don't want title as well, so just go in general and turn off the titles. Okay. And first go in general again, and from effects turn off the background as well. And now what we will do, I will have to just select the width and size of this particular area chart. So height, I will choose it as 145. Okay. And the width, I will be choosing it as 435. Okay. So this will be the width and size. and the color combinations also I have to do you. So for visual, I will just go to shaded area, or not the lines first, and the pixel size I will be using it as 3 itself. Okay, I will keep, and I'll just choose the color from here as different color, and I'll be using a color code as hashtag 70BBFF. Okay, so this is the color code which we'll be using. The same thing we are using here as well. Yeah, we are using the same thing. But we want to keep the dates over here, that is axis over here. So I'll just choose the axis first. Okay, so we want x-axis. I'll just turn on the title. The title will turn on the values. Okay, so these are the values, and this 0 represent, this 10 represent just the uh, date of that particular axis. Okay, so I'll just select this again, and I will just go to grid lines, and I will turn off the vertical grid lines. Okay, now just try to bring it over here. Perfect. All right, so in this particular way. All right, so here you can see we have brought up the a from here. All right, and then now, so this is, if you take your mouse over here, so the one is nothing but 1st of February, because we have chosen the first. So here you can see 5 is nothing but the 5th of February, and the number of patients were 19. So if you take here on 21st February, that were number of patients were 2022 likewise. All right, so in this way we are saying, if you want, we can add one more placeholder over here which will tell us that which month has been selected. Okay, so let's do that. So I'll just right click over here, and I will create a new measure. Okay, or we have already created. Here you can see we have already brought month and year. So we will just bring that itself. So I'll just select a new KPI card, and I will just select the month and year. Okay, so this is the month and year for us, February 2024. And I will just go to turn off the label, general. I will turn off effects, and I'll just reduce it. We'll do some quick formattings on this. Go to visual, go to category value. Here I will choose this as geo bold. Okay, and I'll just choose a different color for this one. Okay, fine, and I'll reduce the size to 30. Okay, so this is a monthly view. And this is the month which has been selected. So as soon as I've just reduce the size more for this, it doesn't look good. Perfect. So this is the February 2024. Okay, that is based on our, what is the monthly view from here. So if you change over here, and if you choose March, you can see the March 2024, the value will be changing automatically. So you will know which month has been selected from here. All right, so that's the only thing, or the only way we have just created this. You can do, if you want, you can do some more formatting also. We'll do, just try to do what I'll do. I'll go in background effects, and I will turn on the background. I'll choose a darker background over here, this one, or we'll choose this. Yeah, perfect. And I'll go here, and in category value I'll choose it as white. Okay, so now it's eye catching, and we can know what's actually we have selected. Perfect. All right, cool guys, and now we have to find out for other as well. So now we'll just drag this placeholder from here, and or we can drag everything over here. Actually, I'll just select this entire thing. Okay, and I'll just copy this and paste this. Okay, so I've just copied and paste. Again, control C, control V, control C, control V. Okay, so 4 placeholders for 4 KPIs we want it. So I'll just select this 1, 2, 3, 4. Or first I'll just bring it to this end, and let me see how many we want. Yeah, we want this to 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to format, go to align, and we'll just distribute this horizontal. Perfect. Alright. So you can see here we have distributed it horizontally. So just let me check what's the size of this first. The width is 455. Okay, so just let me check what the width we are using. Okay, so width is 455. Just do this correction again, guys. Okay, so width we are using 455. So similarly for this also, I'll just choose the width again. Select all of these and I will just choose it as 455. Okay. Now to have an even space in between these three, all these particular containers, it is very easy actually to do. So select all the containers, one, press control 2, 3 and 4. Just go to format, just go to align and just click on distribute horizontally. Automatically the space in between this will be managed. All right. So based on that, you have to do all the things. Now we have to do the second KPI, and what we want here is actually as per our problem statement. Just let's see, where is it? Okay, yeah. So we have to find out average wait time. So I will just change the name over here as the title of this as average wait time. Okay, and just bring it over here. So this also I'll just bring it at center, sparkline. And now this we have to change and we have to write first calculation over here. So first I will just go ahead and I'll right click over here and I will create a new measure. So we have to find out the average wait time. So it is very easy for us. I will use an average wait time. Okay, so average wait time we already have. If you see in the data, we already have this patient wait time column available. So we just have to take average of each and every value. So for that, I will just take an average, right? And I have to take it for wait time. Okay, so that is for wait time, and I'll just hit close and I will hit enter. As soon as I do, you can see a new measure has been created which tells me the average wait time. So now I will just select this and I will delete this first, that is number of patient, and I will just go ahead and select the average wait time. All right. So I can see the average wait time for me is 36.67, which we have exactly over here, right? But one thing we want is we want minutes to be displayed in front of this value. That is nothing but that it is in seconds, minutes, hours, or what. So the user won't get confused. So I will add a minute in front of that. And to do that, we have to modify our calculation again. So I'll just go in our this particular calculation for average wait time, and I will just use a format function here, right? So to add any thing over here, I can do it here as well. But if I do formatting, or if you try to change anything over here, so if, like, let's say I will tell you, so let's say I'm writing and over here and okay, and I just want to add a minute in front of this, and I just write a minute here, close this, and when I hit enter, here you can see there is a value available for us. So you can see this is a large value which is taking so many of decimal places. After decimal points, it is taking so many of numbers which we don't want. So we have to do a formatting over here first. I will use a format function over here in front of this, and I will just have to do formatting for this. It's comma. Okay, and I'll be using what should be the format for this, and I will be using it as 0 0.0. That is, I'm only taking up to 1 decimal points. Okay, and I'll just have to write it in double inverted quotes and this, and just hit enter. And as soon as you do, you can see it is taking now a correct value. So after a value, it is taking only one particular. I can say that. Oh, 1 second. Just format this. Sorry. So one decimal. Okay, after this particular one number after that particular decimal here you can see. All right. So now one thing what I have to do, I have to add one space in between here as well. So I will just change the calculation here again, and you can add a space over here. Okay, and I'll use an add again, and I just hit enter. You can see a space has been added, right? So this is an average wait line for us. We have to change this spark line as well. Just select this spark line, and here you can see instead of number of questions, I will delete this. I have to take average wait time from here. Okay, but now average wait time, it is not taking the average wait time for us. Why? Because this is now converted as an it is a measure, but it is not a numerical data type, because we have added a text in front of that. It is not taking a numerical data type, and we want a numerical data type which should be present to create this particular area chart. So for that, what we will do, I will take a patient wait time. We already have this here. So take this particular patient wait time and add it onto y-axis, right? But it is right now sum. So instead of taking sum, I will just go here and I will just make it as average. Okay. So just make sure that we are taking average of that, right? So now we have the correct values over here. All right, getting. So now we'll just go over here and we'll just do formattings on this. Just go to lines and we'll just choose it as 2, or will keep it as 3 only. Color we have to change. Okay. So I think so we are using the color code as hashtag 70BBFF. Okay, so this is the color code. All right. So this was for average wait time. The now next thing what we have to find out is, as per our problem statements. Let me show you. One second. So we have to find out patient satisfaction score. Okay. So based again, that will be an average. Again, you can see here I have calculated the patient satisfaction score. I will just copy the text from here. I don't have to write it over here. So I'll just Control C and Control V, and I'll bring it over here. The title. Paste it. I will write it over here. Okay. So this is the patient satisfaction score for us. Okay. The same thing over here. So copy this again. The number and the sparkline as well. All right. So now we have to write again one more calculation. I will write the new measure and name it as satisfaction score. Okay. And it is again the average. We have to take average of what the satisfaction score we have already. That is patient satisfaction score, and I'll just hit enter. Okay. So now just select this KPI card, delete this from here, and I'll just bring patient satisfaction score here. That is 4.72. Simple. Similarly here as well, just delete this average wait time and we'll just bring the patient satisfaction score which we just derived right now. All right. So this is the thing, and just we'll format this, go to lines, go to color, and we choose the same color code which I used previously for this. All right. The next thing what we have to find out is we have to find out the department reference. All right. So we have to find out number of patient referred. So based which is available for us in the problem statement. All right. So for that, I will just first copy this. Okay. And I will name it as number of patients referred. All right. This as well. Yes. Perfect. Okay. So now for that I will write a calculation, but first let us understand what is the number of patients referred. So this is the data we have. So here you can see we have an field called referral. Okay. So if this particular department referral, it have a value like general practice orthopedics, what does it mean? That the patient is referred, or patient himself referred to a particular department, that if where he knows what is his disease, what pain he have, and based on that he knows which particular medical practitioner to go or which doctor he should visit, and based on that he book an appointment to orthopedics general practice department. Likewise, so if he knows and he's going to that particular department, then he have that particular entered over here. And if he doesn't know, if he have it booked while doing an appointment and on the desk he's coming and telling those things, then it will have none. So we want these particular values which have a department in that. So for that, we have to write a calculation where the department is there and it should not be null. So I will write a calculation for this as I will just create a new measure. Okay, and I will name it as number of patients referred. Okay, and here what I will do, I will use a calculate function. Okay, so calculate, I have to write the expression first. Okay, so now I have to take count of all the rows. Okay, first I will take count of all the rows and I will take count and the count of which particular table it is asking me. I have to use count rows function over here. So I'll use count rows of which particular table. We have only one table, that is ER data. So I'll be taking the hospital ER data. We have to take count of each and every row. Close this, and second argument, it has filter. So we have to apply a filter over here, which is important now, where a department referral, okay, where this department referral, it is not equal to none. Okay, I mean, it should be not equal to none. So none will be excluded, and all other whatever the departments will be there, it will be calculating that. Okay, so where department is not equal to none, and make sure that none, whatever we are writing, this none text, it should be, it is case sensitive. Whatever is there in the data, we have to write that only. So I will just take none, and I will close the bracket. Okay, and I will just hit enter. Perfect. And now I will just select this, close this, and I will just select it as uh, the number of patients referred. So here you can see that cannot find the table. What's the issue? Okay, so here we will write it in double inverts. Okay, it is not written in single quotes, it should be in double quotes. All right, so number of patients, so you can see 179, which is the same what we have in this dashboard as well, that is 179. Now we'll change this as well. Just close this patient satisfaction score. Instead of, we have to take number of patients referred for daily trend. Okay, and now I will just do some formattings over here. Go to lines, color, and I'll choose it as this color. All right, so in this way, actually, we have found out all the KPIs, designed and developed all the KPIs, all the spark lines based on our requirements. And this is the higher level summary of that particular hospital based on that particular month. Okay, so this is the information which we are getting over here. And so in this way, I hope you have come at this particular point of this particular video. So those guys who are watching till this particular time, I hope you are doing great, and I'm sure you will be doing great in this project and in many projects as well. And you have learned so many things from here. And going forward, we have to learn so many things as well. In charts creation, we have to write multiple DAX, multiple formattings we have to do, and we have to see what insights also we can be generated from here. All right. So now we will move ahead with our charts details. All right. Okay. So as per our requirements, let us see. So we have to find out the first thing, that is patient admission status, and we have to track admitted versus non-admitted patients. And in this, what we will do, we will have to create an matrix chart for this, just a text chart, I can say, where it will be easily visualized for us. So I will take a matrix chart from here. Okay, so and I'll just reduce it. First, what I will do, I will just create a placeholder to place this chart first, right? So I will just copy this placeholder, Control C, Control V, and I will bring it over here. Nice. Okay, and I will give some properties to this. Go to general, and I will give or specify the height and width for this. So for height, I will be using the height as 177, and the width I will be using it as 630. Okay, so this will be the height and width for me, and now I will just try to bring it over here. So what we want here is, actually we want it admitted versus not admitted. Uh, but if you can see in this particular entire table we do not have any admitted or non-admitted patient field column. So we have to create that first, and it will be a calculated column if I show you the data, and it will be derived from this, that is patient admission flag. So if it is true, it means that he has been admitted. If it is false, he is not admitted. So very simple calculation we will write into this. I will just right click over here and I will create a new column. Okay, make sure you are taking a new column, not a new measure. Okay, and I will just name it as admission status. Okay, so this is my admission status. And a very simple formula, we will be using an if condition for this. I will use an if condition, a logical test we have to mention. So if patient admission flag, okay, if patient admission flag or date flag. So if patient admission flag, if it is equal to true, okay, so I will take if it is equal to true, all right, then my second argument will be result. What should be the result if it is true? Okay, so I will enter, or I will get an output as a text. I want it as admitted. Okay, so I want an output as admitted if this condition satisfies. And second is, if this condition does not satisfy, then what should be the output? Simple. If it is false, that is nothing but other condition is false. We don't have to write it. So automatically it will be taking it as not admitted. Okay, so we will take it as not admitted. Simple. Close the bracket and I will hit enter. All right, so now we can see this has been created. Now I will just go into this particular visual and I will just take an admission status and add it into. You can see Naira, we have admitted and not admitted status. All right, and now we want patient. Okay, so number of patient, we have already calculated the number of patient. I will add. I'll just check this. Okay, so you can see these are the admission status for that particular thing. Okay, or we can say that particular month. What are the admission and what are not admitted? Now next thing what we will do, I will just come over here. So we want percentage also. We want percentage total as well. So I'll just go over here and I will just click on show value as, and I will show it as percentage of grand total. So I will show it this as a percentage of grand total. And I will take again the number of patients and I will add it at the top. So you can see you have number of patients as well and you have percentage of grand total also. So now we have to do some formattings on this. So what I will do, here you can see the column names are been taken from this value field placeholders itself. So here I will double click and I will just keep it as patients. Okay, so this will be patients and this is, I will name it as percentage of total. Okay, so this will be my percentage of total. Hit enter. So you can see automatically the names are being changed over here as well. Percentage of, hit enter. Okay, so likewise now we have to do some formattings on this. So I'll bring it first over here. So now you can see it has been gone behind this shape. So what I will do, I will just select this shape, go to format and just click 3 to 4 times send to backward. Okay, and you can see it has been brought in front of our that particular placeholder. Now select this and we'll do some formattings. First go to general, in effects turn off the background, and title we have to give it. So I will name the title of this particular thing as patient admission status. Okay, and font I will choose it as Canada. All right, increase the size likewise. Oops. And it should be bold, and I will make it up to 16 is fine. Okay, and I will just increase it. Nice, perfect. Now we'll do some more formattings on this. Just select it, go over here. Layout we will choose it as minimal. Okay, we'll choose the layout as minimal. Grid we don't want. Okay, so horizontal grid lines we will choose it as white. Vertical we don't want it. Okay, all right, and borders we will choose the borders at this, and values we'll choose it as semi bold. We'll make it as bold and I will choose it as 14. Okay, value should be 14. Then subtotals we don't want, just turn off the totals, all the totals we have to turn it off. Then go to column headers, we'll make it as again UI semi bold and we'll make it as 14. All right, similar way we will go to row headers as well, make it as semi bold and we'll make it as 14 as well. Perfect. Okay, and so just let me see what should be the font size for the title. I think so this is fine. Okay, and now what we will do, I'll just change the title from here to 17. Let's make it as 17. Fine. Perfect. All right, so just increase it likewise and likewise. Perfect. Now what we will do, we will bring the uh, a bar chart to show it from here, just for a visual representation where it looks nice. But if you can take an insight from here that for 2024 February month, admitted patient were almost 52% and these were 48%. Okay. So likewise, you can take an insight from here. All right. Or you can round this off to 0 decimal points. So that will be your homework. I won't do that. So just try to make it to a 0 decimal point. So this will be 52 and this will be as 48%. Round it off. All right. Next. So what we have to do is I will add a bar. So I'll just select the bar from here first. And I will take admission status and I will take what's that number of patients. All right. Okay, so just try to bring it over here and we'll do some formattings. Go to general, from effects I will turn it off and into visual, turn off everything on x and y axis, or like just I will keep it over here. And what I will do, uh we will sort this based on admission status, patient status. Okay, and this also will be sorted in descending order. Okay, so you can see it should be in descending order, so the sync is there in both these two visuals. So now I can turn off the title as well, and on y-axis also I will turn off all the things, as well as I will turn off the title over here. And now just reduce the visual so that it is perfectly aligned over here. All right, and now from here, go to bars, go to layout, and the space where the between the this particular things will take it as 50. All right, full, the same thing we have it here. Okay, and now we will choose the color for these bars. I will just choose the color for these bars as, but the code will be 41A4FF. Okay, so this will be the color code for me. Can increase the light rays also. All right, so this is the patient admission status for us. Okay, okay, and now it looks nice. So this is the patient admission status. Next, what we have to do as per our problem statement is to find out the patient age distribution. Okay, so first what I will do, I will just create a placeholder again. So I will just copy this first, Control C, Control V, and I will just try to bring and place it over here. Go to General, go to Properties, and the height for this, I will choose it as 368. Okay, so this will be the height for me. All right, and now we will create it over here. So first I will go to Shape first, and I will just make it as 4%. The rounded corners, I have made it at 4% because it was looking too the rounding was too high, so I will just reduce that so that it looks nice, a placeholder looks correctly. And now what I will do, we will have to create a age group first. So if you see our data, you can see here age group which we have over here is in age. It is a general numbers are given to each and every patient because their age might be different. Of each and every patient it should be different, or it will be different actually. So ranging from so all kind of patients visits over there, from children to adults, right? And based on that we have to create a groups first, and those groups should be represented in the form of a chart. So we have a requirement in our data that the groups or the patient groups should be created by 10 years age intervals. Okay, so now create those. How we can do that, I will just show you. So we have to write a calculation first, and that is nothing but we have to write a column, right? So we have to create a column which gives us the age group. So I'll just right click over here and I will just create a new column, and I have to write a calculation, but it's too big, okay, to write. So I will just copy it. So I have already have this calculation. I will explain you how it works. So now we will take a new column. So for that I will right click and create or take new column. Make sure you take new column, not a new measure. And I will name it as age group. But for this, it's a long calculation to write. I have already wrote this particular calculation. You can see here. So I have already wrote, and I will explain you how it works. I will just take it over here and I'll just take a new column again, and I will try to paste it over here. So I have taken a age group, the new name of the column, and I'm using a switch function. So switch function is used when we have multiple conditions and it checks or satisfies the true condition based on this particular function as well. And it returns the value with whatever conditions we have applied into it. You can also use if condition also, but I find switch as more reliable and more convenient for this particular case. So how it works is, if patient age is greater than equal to 100, it will give us 100 values. If patient age is greater than or equal to 90, so you will get confused over here. It will actually check from 100 and or we can say 100 from 90 to 99 it will check, and then it will give us this particular output. So based on that, all these conditions are been written. You can just pause your screen. You can write all these conditions. Make sure you write it correctly. And I will just hit OK button. All right. So as soon as you do, now what I will do, I will take a new chartorial. I will take clustered column chart, and I will bring first the age group in x-axis. Okay. And then I will take number of patients. So as soon as you do, you can see the number of patient and age groups are there over here. Only one thing that now what we have to do is we have to make it in ascending order, right? So that age groups are from 0 to 9, then 10 to 19 likewise. I'll just see if it works. So based on age group, okay, and I'll just sort this exist. So we have taken on based on age group, and instead of descending we will take it in ascending. Okay, so in this way, it is in the correct format 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29 likewise. All right. Now we will do some formattings on this particular chart. Now select this. I will go over here and I will go on x-axis first. I will turn off the title because it's self-explanatory, and we will change the values font to 11. Okay. I'll just change it to 11 first, and I will just make it more faint. All right. And next, what I will do, go to y-axis, turn off the values as well, and turn off the title as well, because the title itself says the number of patient by each group. So we are anyway going to present a data label over here. So just go to data label and I will turn it off, on, sorry, not off, and go to values over here. I will make it as semi bold, and I'll make it as black, and increase the size of whatever you want. All right, not this is too high. Okay, simple. All right, and now we'll just bring it over here. All right, now we'll go here, go to general. In effects, I'll turn off the background, and in title, I will make it as Canberra. I'll make it as 17, and I'll make it as bold. Okay, so this is the number of patients by age group. Let me check if I'm doing it correct. Right, I'm doing it. So now just select this, and now we'll go to visual again, and in columns, I will go to layout first, and I will make the space between them as 55%. Okay, so this will be the uh, the space between that, and now I have to give the conditional formatting over here, that the higher the age number, or we can say the number of patient for that particular age group, it should give us the darker color, and other should be giving us the fainter color in the gradient manner. So what I will do, I will just go in colors, and I will click on this conditional formatting. Just go over here, and here it is asking what rule should be given. So rule, I will choose it as gradient, and it should be on count of age group. Make sure it should be it should be on number of patient, not on count of age group. It should be on number of patients. Okay, just make sure it is in number of patients, because we have taken number of patients on y-axis to show for that particular age group. Okay, and now the lowest value, what should be the lowest color? Okay, so for lowest value, the color I will be using as color code as A0D1FF. Okay, so this will be my for lowest value, and for highest value I will be using it as hashtag 1E8EET. Okay, so this will be my second color, and I'll just click on OK, and you can see the color has been imposed over here. And now I will just turn off the legends. I don't want the legend to be shown over here. All right, so this is the number of patients by age group, and for this particular month 2024 February, you can see 30 to 39, then 40 to 49, and 7 to 79 age groups are the, or the people from those age groups have mostly visited to the hospitals. If you change this, if you want to see for March, You can see for March it was 60 to 69 and 30 to 10. Uh, I mean, elder people, I can say these are not elder, we can say these are late young peoples, and we can say they are very, I can say these are adults, 30 to 39, I can say adults, and these are the adult peoples who are, visiting the hospitals. Similarly, if I see for April, again the trend changed 20 to 29. So young peoples are also um, going more towards the hospitals. Okay, so this will be for May. If you can see, for May also you can see over here. All right. So likewise, you can just analyze this and you will get an insights from this. All right. So now, so this was for patient administration status and patient number of patient by age group. So I'll just increase this particular words and I'll just take it a bit down. One sec. All right. So now next we will move ahead with our next problem statement. Okay. So as per our next problem statement, we have to find out different department referrals and we have to find out it across different departments. So again, I will use the same layout, that is the thing with the placeholder. Okay. And I'll reduce it likewise. Okay, looks fine. And now I will take a clustered bar chart and I will have to use a department referral. I will put it on y-axis and then I will be using as a number of patients like that. Okay. Now let's quickly do some formatting. I will just select this and I'll go to format printer and just format it with this. Okay, so quickly it has been formatted everything and I will just reduce it likewise. Try to bring it over here in this manner. Okay, and I will just do some quick formattings on this. Again, I will go to bars and in layout instead of 55 I'll use 35. Okay, so it looks a little big, and go to y-axis and here I will use it as 12 and I will use it as semi-bold. Okay, and I will make it a little darker so that it is visible to our eyes, and you can see this is the number of patients by department referral. Okay, perfect. So these are the number of patients by department referral, and based on this we can see which most of the patient have not referred, but second one is the general practice orthopedics. So these are the referrals which patient go, they book for the appointments for those medical practitioners and they know where to go. So that's the referrals which has been done. All right. So this was the number of patients by department referral. Hey guys, before moving ahead into our project, I would like to tell you about the courses that I have for you. Okay, so this is the first latest course just now I have uploaded. Everything is up to date, industry level. So you can see this is the Microsoft Fabric course I have, which I just launched, and it is for both, right? For data analyst and data engineers. So now you will say why to learn Microsoft Fabric. So remember, guys, so Microsoft Fabric is a unified platform where you can do everything, right? You can work with Azure Data Factory, you can work with lake houses, you can work with data pipelines, right? All the activities, right? Data activities. You can work on warehouses, SQL queries, Power BI integration is also available in this. Warehouse queries also you can fire. You can work on data engineering, Sparks, right? PySpark is there, and you can do data cleaning, extensive data storage, data handling, data manipulation, data ingestions. So everything is been taught over here. So this is the latest course and this is the market trend now. Okay, so if you have this skill in your resume, you will have an upper hand, right? To get at least an job interview. So, and if you learn this course from start to end, you will be able to crack it also, right? So this is the one, and if you see the what I have in that course is so this is the Microsoft Fabric course, which is of more than 22 hours. Okay, so you can see this is the complete syllabus I have. Everything is been taught. I have also told you how to create the account, Azure account, and then later how you can create the Fabric account as well, right? So everything is been taught, right? What is tenant, what is capacity, workspace, everything, right? So you can see this is the fabric interface, how to create the workspaces, how to work on lake houses, how to create it, how to work inside that files and factories, right? Then this is the data factory, ETL, ELT, everything is been taught over here. Then these are the copy data activities, which are the most important one, right? Within workspace, Excel files, CSV files, through APIs also, right? And I have also used SQL Server integration in this, right? So how you can bring the data from SQL Server, how to use gateways to bring the data, how to install the gateway, how to manage the connections of the gateways, right? Then the different data load behaviors, data pipeline activities, multiple, which are the most again to bring the data in the proper way. I have also taught you in this the data flow generation too. In that Power Query is there, how to handle the data, how to use ELT operations, how to manipulate, how to process the data, transform the data. Okay. Then warehouse, everything is been taught with SQL queries. Then I have also taught you how to do the Power BI integration with with Fabric, so that you can create the end-to-end reports also, right? Similar way, the Spark engine also, right? The PySpark has been also taught how to clean the data, how to read the data, what is data frames, what are different built-in functions. And at the end, one project also I've added. So I will be adding three projects. So now one is there, second will be added this Monday. So you will have two projects, and one more will be added next, in next week. Total three projects will be there. And whatever updates I will be making in this, you will be able to see all of them. You don't have to purchase it again and again. Okay. So whatever updates will be there, those will be visible directly if you once purchase it. Okay. So apart from this, I also have my complete SQL course. Power BI courses is also there, right? You can see extensive availability of all the things are available, right? End to end Power BI course is there. Similar way, end to end SQL course also I have designed. So these are the three important requirements for data analyst and data engineers, right? So on that, I have already created the industry level courses. Everything is taught by myself, everything. Okay. You can actually see the syllabus also if you go here. So this is the Microsoft Fabric course. Okay. You just have to scroll it down, and at the bottom here, you can see this is the link where you will see the complete syllabus, right? Where you can see a complete syllabus is available, right? What's available in it, right? So everything is there. If you have any doubts, you can reach out to me on this number, all right? Similar way, if you go back, okay, so I have created a packaged course, nothing but if you want Fabric plus Power BI plus SQL with projects, with AI integration, with all the resources, right? Everything is available in this package, right? So here you can see you will get Fabric course, SQL course, Power BI course, projects course, material, SQL material, Power BI material, Fabric material is also in progress. This will be also added. You will be directly having an exclusive access to it if you purchase it right now also. Okay. So here you can see everything is available. All the syllabus links are available. What is the modules? What will be taught to you in this? Everything is available in it, right? And it is an industry level course. Okay. For Fabric also it is 20 hours. So if you see the packaged course, it is more than 115 plus hours, but it is actually more than 120 plus hours. So I've just added 115 because I'm updating it every week, right? So it has passed 120 hours now. All right. Similar way, if you are only interested in Power BI SQL course, this is also available, the package. If you are only interested in Power BI complete course, where you will get Power BI plus AI plus DAX plus 21 Power BI projects video course, that is also available. And if you are interested in single, individual courses, you only want SQL, you only want Power BI, you only want DAX, or you only want Power BI projects, if you only want Tableau projects, or if you want all the data analyst study material, that is also available. This will be without videos, but everything, all the projects you will get of all the tools and everything you will get in this, but it will be in without video format. But if you want without with the video format, so these are the end to end courses with the video. Everything has been created by myself. I have more than 11 plus years of experience in different domains across different softwares, and more courses will be also coming in future. So just check once if it will be helpful for you. You can go ahead. If you have any doubts, is in description. My WhatsApp and my email is available. You can reach out to me for any questions. Let's move ahead with our project. Hey guys, welcome to the second part of this particular video, and we are designing this particular dashboard, that is hospital emergency room dashboard, to Power BI project. And in last particular video, that is in part 1, we have already started our design, and till that I mean till the first end of that particular part, we have designed all these particular visuals as per our problem statement. So I have explained everything in that first part, and if you are willing to, or if you are willing to do this particular project and you have directly landed to this particular part, I request you to go back to the first part and look everything, how we have gathered the requirements, how we have studied the data, how we have finalized the requirements. After that, how we have designed this entire layout, data modeling, data cleaning, data processing, and everything. So we will move ahead with this particular second part, and we will move ahead with our requirement. So the next what we have to develop or design is the measure the percentage of patient seen within 30 minutes. Okay, so this 30 minutes criteria, I have decided that. And what does it mean? That so any patient who is going to that particular doctor or that particular hospital, so he should or he have to wait for a time to until his turn comes, and that's based on that we will decide the hospital wait time, how much time he have to wait once he reaches to the hospital. And based on that, what we can decide is we can give the time to that particular patient itself, that let's say his number is fourth, fifth, according to the appointment. So we can tell him that to come at this particular time, so that he don't have to wait for that amount of time when he comes to the hospital, or for 1 hour or 2 hour, which is a long period of time, right? So to do that, what I have decided, or what as per the requirements we have to do is we have to decide a time, and we have decided that 30 minutes is the ideal time where a patient can wait, and beyond that it is not applicable, or it is not uh, good for the hospital that the patient should wait more than 30 minutes. So based on that only, we are going to design all the DAX and all these things we have. So for that, you can see in the data, we have one field called, here you can see patient wait time. So there are different wait times for different patients for different departments based on their different injuries or their whatever illness they have. So what we have to do is we have to find 30 minutes or less than 30 minutes patients. We have to bifurcate those, and then others we have to bifurcate, right? So based on that, we have to design. So what we will do, I will write one new column. Okay, so I'm taking a new column over here, not a new measure, because for that each column we have to decide whether he have missed the target, or we have missed the target, or based on that we will design this particular this thing. So here you can see we are going to create this particular chart over here. So I will name this particular column, oops, sorry, I'll just increase it, and I will name it as a wait time. Okay, so this will be for a wait time status for me. And the formula, we are going to use a simple if condition. So if wait time, so we have a wait time over here. So if patient wait time is less than or equal to 30 minutes. Okay, so if this is less than or equal to 30 minutes, then what should be the result? Okay, so the second argument will be what should be, if this condition satisfies, what should be the output in that particular column. So we want it as within target. So if it is less than or equal to 30, then we will say that yeah, we have, or we are in within target. But if the condition is false, okay, so if this condition does not satisfy that for that particular column, then what should be the output? Then we will name it as target missed. Okay, so we will name it as target missed and close the bracket. So this is the new column we created, and I will just hit enter. And when I go in table view, and when I see over here, you can see the patient wait time new column has been created. So here you can see the patient wait time is 33, and you can see it is target missed. Okay, if it is greater than 30 minutes, obviously it will be target minutes, but here you can see it is 26 minutes. The wait time is 26 minutes, and here you can see it is within the target. All right. Here, or here also you can see it is within the target. Whereas if you see for 48 minutes here, it is, you can see it is target missed. So likewise, we have created an entire column or an entire field for us in our table, right? And now we are going to make use of that field itself, and then we will design our that particular chart. So first what I will do, I will take a placeholder for that particular chart. What I will do, I will just copy this placeholder, Control C, Control V, and I will bring it nice and clean over here. Okay. So just bring it over here and I will give some properties, some width and height for this. So height I will use it as 270. Okay. And width I will keep it as 600. Right. So this will be the height and width. And next what I will do now, I will take a donut chart from here, take a donut chart. Okay. Just increase it. And now I have to bring the patient of the wait time status field we created here. You can see the column we created. I will add it into legends or just stick it over here. Okay. And we want to analyze it on the number of patients. So just you can see we can do it at number of patient. Now what we have to do, we have to do some formattings on this. So what I will do, I will just select this chart. Okay, all the formattings of this chart I will apply it on this, and then we will do more formattings if required. And I will just click on format painter and I will just click over here. So you can see it has been formatted, and now we'll bring it over here and we'll try to place it over here. Okay, likewise. And now let's do some more formatting over here. So I'll just go here, and here I will just choose the custom for me as 65%. So it will be zoomed for you more. We will reduce it more. Let's keep it as 63%. Yeah, this is fine. So now what I will do, I will go to general. First we'll change the title for this, and I will name it as, the title will be as percentage of patients seen within 30 minutes. Okay, so this will be the title for me. We will make the initials as capital, the first letter. Okay, so percentage of patients seen within 30 minutes, and we'll do some more formattings on this. So I will just go here, go to slices, and for target missed I will be using a color code as hashtag. I will name it as A0D1FF. So this is the code I will be using for this, and for target missed I will be using as hashtag 0D6ABF. Okay, so this will be the color code we'll be using for. Okay, so here it should be 0. All right, so this will be for within target and outside the target. Some more formattings here, I will be using the space as 70%. Okay, and I will turn on the legends. We want to see the legends. For that text, for legends I will make it as 12. Okay, so it will be good for us, and I will just hide the title. We don't want to see the title over here. And next thing, we want to go to data labels. Okay, so the data labels, I will just go to values, and in values I will keep it as 14 itself. Yeah, and color should be black, and I will make it as semi-bold. Okay, fine, that is fine. Okay, so this is the percentage of patients seen within the 30 minutes. All right, so this was the requirement, and from this particular for this particular month, okay, so for February you can see that only 148% or 148 uh, people were within the target, which is 34% only. And you can see 65% of people have to wait for more than 30 minutes, which is actually not good, right? So we have to work on this so that the patient does not have to wait much time in the hospital to for their appointment. Okay, and this can be done by different ways, like whenever a patient is taking an online appointment, and he should be given a preference, or he not preference, I can say he should be given a time slot that you should come in this particular time period itself, so that he have to wait for a minimum amount of time, and so that his doctor can see in that particular time frame itself, right? So in this way we can reduce the wait time of that particular patient, which is good, and they will provide a good feedback for also for that particular hospital. And this says that the hospital have a good amount of, I can say, management over there. The management is good. They are taking care of people's time as well, and as well as their I mean they are taking care of patients as well. All right, so this is a good practice, and in case of any emergency patients, obviously he can come in that case it can be understand this percentage It cannot be 100% that 30% of, or we can say 30 minutes time period, not all for all patients or all doctors it can be achieved, but at least 70 to 80% of patients should have a wait time of less than 30 minutes. Okay, so this is one thing which the hospital management should focus on, and which is a good insight for them. And obviously if they want to change the minutes to 35, you can do that also, right? So just you have to change the calculation. So before moving ahead into our this project, I would like you to introduce to my website. So this website I have created with request of many subscribers and followers, where they want, or they always ask me to provide the different projects, different materials, a proper roadmap with all the links in that, so they can follow and they can become a perfect data analyst. So in this particular website there are so many projects, so many projects in different tools, and so materials of different tools I have added it over here. And right now here you can see I have a complete data analyst, complete material, Power BI projects are there. But you might be confused like what will be exactly available in this material. So you just have to click on this particular material, and when you click, everything is given over here, right? So you can just read everything out, and you can check what is exactly available in this material, and based on that only you can go ahead and purchase it, right? Similarly for projects also, when I click on this particular projects, you can just see sample projects how it will be looking like, and you can see what are the projects available, on which particular domain these particular projects are available, what are the name of projects, everything is been provided over here. So likewise I have data analyst complete material, in which all the tools are covered. You will get all the notes, you will get all the cheat sheets, ppts, which you can just refer before going to an interview. There are scenario based interview questions, HR manager, level 1, level 2, level 3 interview questions and answers, scenario based interview questions and answers. You have links to, or we can say a proper syllabus is there, and what links you should follow to complete those particular syllabus, right? So entire roadmap is present. Projects are there. If you want to go for any specific material, you don't want to purchase all the material, you can just go with these materials. Excel projects are there, Tableau projects are there, Tableau material, Blinkit analysis, which I did you on already on YouTube, that is present. And if you want to connect it to one-on-one, then there are career options, calls also available, mock interview options are also available, right? So I would recommend you to go ahead and check this out. And right now, the Shera festival is going on, and I used to update the sales on my YouTube channel also. What sales are been, what discounts are been going on right now. 53% off is there, and I guess this is valid only for today. In future also there will be sales coming, but you can just go ahead, come to this highlight option, and you can see what code you have to use, and it is valid up to what date. Okay, I usually used to upload it on my community post on YouTube and on LinkedIn profile as well. All right. So if you're interested, you can go ahead. You can see if it is helping you. You can go ahead and find this. And if you can see this, my profile is verified from TopMate. Okay, and I was a top rated in 2023, top rated in data as well. So this all materials are created by myself, my own, because I am the sole owner of this particular website as well as on my channel. So please go ahead and check it out. And now we will move ahead with our video. Right. So next we will move ahead to our next requirement, which is visualize the patient distribution by gender, which is very easily. We have to do gender analysis over here. And what we will do, we will just copy the entire thing from here, right? So we'll copy this chart as well and this back holder as well, and I'll just paste it, and I'll just bring it over here, right? So just bring it down. And next thing what we will do, one sec. All right. And now I will just select this. Instead of wait time, we just have to take here a gender. Okay. Just take here as gender, and we will just do some color formattings over here. We'll just go over here, just select this chart first, come over here, we'll go in slices, and here for male we will choose as this color, for female we will make it as this, right? And for not confirmed we will give an entirely different yellow color. All right. So you can see 45, you can see 45% of them are male, sorry, female, then we can say 54% of them are female, and you can say non-confirmed over here, which is a very small amount of that particular, which is only 3% of, or you can say only 3 patients who haven't confirmed their gender over here. All right. So this is a gender analysis, very easy. Okay, so I'll see what's the title over here. We can name that. So number of patients by gender. Okay, let's come over here and we will change this to title, number of patients by gender. Right. So this is the number of patients by gender. Right. The next thing, as per our requirement, what we will do, we'll change the color of this and we will just invert the colors. So for male, we will choose this, and for female, we'll choose this. All right. So this looks nice. All right. Now, next thing what we have to do as per our requirements is we have to find out the racial demographics. So this is nothing but as per the race. If you see the data, in data we have a field called patient race, where the US, actually this is a US data. In US data, the race is an field according to which they find that this patient was a white patient, a black patient, or he was an African American, or he was a Pacific Islander, or an Alaska native, likewise, right? So they define their race based on these particular field members which we have. And based on that only, we have to analyze the number of patients based on that. So the hospital management can understand which kind of patient uh, actually visits their hospitals, right? So the same thing, what I will do, I will just take a placeholder for that first. Okay, we'll take a placeholder and I will just take it to the top. This also will just bring it down so that it is aligned properly. These edges are aligned properly. That's the reason. And now what I will do, I will just take and bar chart from here. We can take a clustered bar chart. Okay, and or we can just copy this chart itself. This chart. Okay, Control C, Control V, because we want the same thing over here. So I will just copy this chart. Just reduce it likewise. And instead of department referral, what we want over here is patient race. So I'll just take it and add it to x-axis. Okay. So this is the patient race. So we can see the number of patients by patient race, very easy. We just copied this, so it have reduced our work over here. So if you can see in February month for year 2024, white patient were 124, African American, and you can see this is two or more races, which is equal amount of patients are there. Asians are 43, and few people also refuse to declare their identity. They refuse to provide their race name. So there were 35 patients who haven't provided their race. And Native Americans or Alaska Native were 26, and Pacific Islander were 25. So based on this, they can identify which kind of patient, which race the people are visiting their hospitals, right? So this is also a good, I can say, visualization we have to do from here. So the gender and specific patient race is actually a demographics for them to understand which kind of patients visit their hospitals. All right. So this was for the number of patients by patient race. So before moving ahead into our this project, I would like you to just give an update that I am working on one more exciting project, which is India General Election Result Analysis. So this is a very, I can say, deep project which I'm working on, a very advanced projects from where you will learn so many things from this. So this is an actually layout from here. I won't go in entire what's actually this, how and how this working. So this is a very good project from this particular thing where you can see, I will just show you the data modeling also. So you can see we are working here on the data model. So this is a multiple files projects where we will be analyzing and creating an entire new data model, and multiple files we are going to use. And this will be a good practice for you on working a great data model over here. Similarly, there are multiple tables over here available based on which we have created the data model. Advanced functionalities we are going to use. So if I show you, we are going to use advanced tax function likewise, right? So these are the advanced tax functions which we are going to use over here. I will just show you few DAX functions over here. Like, so you can see these are the few DAX functions on which we are going to work over here, and advanced project and very good learning. So right now I have created three dashboards over here. You can see from looking at these figures, you will see that it will be a real-time dashboard, real data, real figures of 2024 result analysis we are going to do. And looking these pictures, you will come to know that what is this actually. And when I go to state demographics here also, we are going to see some study advanced mappings over here, and here also advanced tooltips we are going to see. And in this also we are going to see, when I click over here, you can see for Maharashtra state how this filtering is done, how this filtration is done, and how these tooltips are being created. All those things we are going to learn in this particular entire video I will be creating. But if you want this project right now, it will be available in data analyst complete material and Power BI projects which I will be adding. And right now I've just created three projects, three dashboards only. So you can see if you want to see any for constituency, so based on that, all this entire thing is dynamic over here, right? And based on that, you can just analyze all these things, right? And it is a very advanced projects, advanced techniques, advanced DAX functions we are going to use this in the entire. You can see these are the entire measures which we are creating over here as well, right? So multiple DAX functionalities we are going to use, advanced DAX we are going to use in this, and this will be an advanced project. As I told, if you want, it will be available in those packages which I mentioned. The link will be available in the description box. And I'm going to add more two dashboards in this. So it will be of around 5 to 6 dashboards and entire comprehensive project which you can add it in your resume as well. All right. So just wanted to provide you what I'm working on, which will be in coming next year. I mean, in January, you will see all these things in the form of video, but it won't be uploaded on YouTube because this is a very hard work which I'm working on. So you will have to buy it from my website. All right. So let's move ahead with our project. Next, the important thing we have to do analysis is the time analysis, right? So based on the different patients which are visiting their hospital, in what particular time frame, in what particular days, okay, so from which they can understand the flow of the patients to their hospital at different days at different time periods as well. So they can identify the peak days, peak time periods where they can manage their inventories, or not inventories, I can say, they where they can um, manage their manpower, they can provide a good management to their patients, they can have a good process in their hospitals. So that's the reason we have to do this particular analysis over here. So first we'll place a placeholder over here. So I'll just control C and control V. I'll just copy and paste and make sure it is placed correctly. And I'll just increase it likewise, and I will increase it vertically. Okay. And we'll just go to shape, and I'll just reduce these corners to 3. Okay. So for these also, for all of these, we'll reduce it to 5. Okay. So it's not too much rounded corners. Okay, so now you can see this is the placeholder, and here we have to create this particular chart. Okay, so for that I'll just show you what we have to create. We have to create this entire matrix chart, or we can say a heat map also, from which we can give different background colors, and based on that they can find the heat map or the highly dense color, which is the color that we have to focus on, and based on that number they can take different decisions as well. So I will just take a matrix chart from here. Okay, so this is the matrix chart which we have to take, and I will just decide the height and width for this initial itself. So I'll just, but we cannot decide that. We have to add first visuals, or we can say few fields in that, and then we can do that. All right. So first thing what we have to do is we have to add the hours over here. You can see the hours are there. So I have given the interval of 2 hours. Okay. I mean, for we have created a for 12 columns over there, and hospital is already it is working as 24/7. So we have to add an time field over here. But if you go our data available in this particular Power BI file which we have brought, we have a patient admission date, and in that this particular time frame is there, right? Or we can say admission hours is there, on what particular time that particular patient visited, or all those things, right? So based on that, we have to extract the R field, or we can say this time from this particular field, and then we have to use it. So for that, what I will do, Here I will create a new column. So I'll just right click over here and I will create a new column. Okay. And I will just name that column as admission R. Okay. So this will be the admission R. We just have to extract that particular R from this particular date field. So I will use a simple R field over here. This is the R field and it is just asking us what is the date time. So this is a date time data type field. So which field, from which field we have to extract it? So we have to extract it from patient admission date, right? So we have to extract it from patient admission date. Just select that field and just hit enter. As soon as you do, you can see this particular R has been extracted, right? So these are the numbers which are important for us. So now what we will do, we will go to our visual over here, or in this particular visual itself. First what we will do, we will create an wait time interval. Okay, I mean, if you go to this particular visual, I have created an interval of 2 hours, right? So 0 to 2, I mean, say when I say 0 to 2, it will be from midnight. Okay, so from 12 a.m to 2 a.m. So that will be 0 to 2 hours for us. So likewise, and when you go forward, right? So that will be a 24 hours of calendar for us. So I've already created a wait time interval over here. So this is the field which we are going to use. So you can just copy the same thing because it will take for me time to write all these things. So I will just copy this. I'll just right click over here and I will create a new column over here, right? And I will paste it. So this is the field, as I already told you how switch works. So based on that, we have just created this particular interval. So the same type of logic we have also created or used for the sorry, the patient age also, to create a age group for that, right? So this is the wait time interval. So if it is less than 2, then it is 0 to 2. So it is nothing but midnight time. So like from 12 to midnight, like early morning, not, I can say 12 to at 2 o'clock. So this is this time, and based on that we have created the intervals as well. So this is the time intervals which we have created, and as soon as I hit enter, and you can see we have an error. Let's find the error. Cannot find the table ER. So okay, so this is the table, the admission R. I have to change this to another table. So the name is different, so I'll just copy this everywhere fast. Control C, Control V, Control V. So this will take some time. And I will just hit enter now. Okay, so you can see now the time interval has been created, and you can see, so for this particular wait time interval for each and every column, so it has taken that particular interval in this particular time period. All right, so now based on that, what we have to do here is now we have to go ahead and create our matrix chart. All right, so now let's do that. So here I have a matrix chart. Now what I will do, I will take a wait time interval and I will add it into rows for us. So this is the wait time interval for us. And next what we want, I will just increase the size of this first. So now what we want in columns is the days, say like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, likewise the days we want. So for that we have to create a day column for that first. We don't have that particular, so we already have a date table. So when I go here and when I click on date table, so you can see we have a date table over here. So I'll just close this 1 minute. Okay, so here you can see we already have a date table. So based on that, from here itself we will create a column again. So I'll just create a new column and that will extract the day from that particular date. So I will name it as day name. Okay, I will name it as day name, and I will be using and DAX over here as format. Okay, so I'll use a format function to get a day, and from date, so this particular date we have to extract it. So from this date, comma, and what should be the format, I will use it as DDD. Why I'm using 3 times D? Because I want just first three initials of that particular day, and I will just hit enter. So as soon as I do, you can see 1st April 2023 falls on Saturday, and then we get all that particular days over here. I will go back to our visual, and now I will bring the day name and I will add it into columns. So here you can see we have a days over here, but it is starting from Friday, Monday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it is actually sorting it based on the ascending order of I can say in a descending order based on uh, the or we can say ascending order based on that alphabetical orders, right? Which we don't want. We want to sort it based on that particular week names. Like first it should be Monday, then Saturday, Sunday, Friday, likewise. So we have to create a one more column for that, which I will do. I will just go in table view, and here I will create a one more column, and I will name it as weekday. Okay, and this type of questions are asked in interviews. How will you sort? You cannot sort it from the visual. You have to create a new column, which will take the number of that particular day. So I will just show you how we have to do, and I will use a weekday function itself. So it takes two arguments of which particular date we want to extract the week number. Okay, so I will use a date column here. So this is the date, comma. So it is asking us arguments like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when I hit 1, if I hit 1 and I just close it and I will just hit enter. So what does it do that from Sunday it will give as one number, then Monday will be 2, 3, 4 likewise. But we want to start our week from Monday itself. So that Monday should be given one number and Sunday should be given as seven numbers. So for that, instead of starting with 1, I will just start with 2 and I will just hit enter. Then now what I will do, you can see here Monday now it is given as 1, then 2, and Sunday will be given as 7. So I will just go back to our visual. Now here how will we sort it? Okay. So now to sort it, what we have to do, I will just select this day name field. Okay, do select this day name field, go to column tools. Okay, I'll just increase it likewise. Go to column tools, and here you have an option called as sort column by. Just click on sort column by and I will just select it as the new field we created, that is weekday. And as soon as you do, here you can see the day names are being sorted as per the weeks, that is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So this is how you actually sort the day names. All right. So now what we will do, I have to show the values over here as number of patients. So bring it number of patients over here. So in this way, we have to format this. So now quickly we have to do some formattings on this, and we will do give some conditional formattings also. So first I will go to format visuals, and I will go to general first, and properties. I will just specify the height for this as 585. The height for me will be 585 and width I will choose it as 605. Okay. So this is the height and width, and I will just increase it, take it a bit down. And now we'll do some formatting. So just go to visual, go to layout. We will keep it a default only, but in grid, we will turn on the horizontal grids. We'll choose the color as white, and the width I will choose it as 10. Okay. Similarly, go to vertical grid lines, turn it on, make it as white, and here also I'll make it as 10. Okay, the width between those. Then border, we'll choose this as this for now. Okay. Then go to values. So values, I will choose it as semi bold, and font size I'll choose it as 18. Okay, so this is will be the values for me, and I will turn off the column subtotals and I will turn off the row subtotals. We don't want to show the subtotals over here. Then go to column headers. Okay, so first we'll go to values, and background we will choose it as white only. For both alternative backgrounds it should be white itself. Then go to column headers. So for column headers also it should be semi bold, and the font size for me will be 16. Okay, and as well as we'll go to column headers as well, sorry, the row headers as well. Here we'll choose it as semi bold again, and here it should be 16 again. Okay, so now we'll do some formattings more over here. So I will just go to visual, and here you can see the row name is given as wait time interval, but I will just double click over here and I will change it to hours. So for me, I want it as hours, and I will just hit enter. So as soon as I do, the number or the font will be changing over here. And next thing what we will do, let me check. So we'll just increase the size of this. Okay, so just increase the size as per your convenience. Just increase this size. right? So it is equivalent for all. Now we will just select this again, and we will now give the colors to this. So here you can see you have to select this visual, and in values I'll just click over here. I will go to conditional formatting and I will go to background color. So here obviously we have to choose background as gradient, values only, number of patients, and the lowest value, the color code which I will be choosing for your lowest value will be hashtag DCEBF9. Okay, so this will be the color code, and for highest value I will choose the color code as hashtag 5858A8F1. Okay, and just hit enter. Okay, so this will be the background colors, and I will just select this, go to values over here, and in options what we have to do here is we have to bring this value at center. So let's see how we can do that. One second. So here you can say cell elements, number of patients, specific column, number of patients, and here we'll choose it as okay. So this is how you format your visual. So this is the heat map. So this is for February month. Obviously you can change and look it for different months. You can see for March, you can see for April. So likewise you can analyze and see it for different months obviously. Now next thing what we have to do over here is we have to create a one more vertical chart which gives based on Monday, Tuesday and Saturday how many are the total number of patients visiting to that particular hospital. So for that what I will do, I will take a vertical stacked column bar chart over here. Oops, control Z. So I'll just select this vertical column and I will just bring it over here. Okay, and I will just bring the day name over here, and I have to see it based on number of patients. Okay, and just what I will do, I will just select this visual. I will just select the format printer and I will just format this visual immediately. So the name of the visual should be what, number of patients by day and hour. So I'll just go over here, select this visual, go to general, and this will be the number of patients by day and hour, right? Perfect. So this is the number of patients by day and hour, and I will just increase it likewise. This will be likewise. Then go to visual. We will turn off x-axis values as well, and just now we'll just format it likewise. So this particular headers, it should be matched to this particular columns, right? So that we have to, and we will just go to visuals. Okay, columns, and for layout, the space between this we will take it as 50%, or we can take it as 55%. Okay, and now just try to make it correct. Here what we will do, we'll go to column headers and just make it as center. No, we'll make it as this only. All right, this matches somehow. Okay, and all right, perfect. So this is how we create this particular visual. So I'll just show you the other dashboard. Right, so it's almost matching, and we'll just choose the February again. So this is how this entire thing works, and obviously it will be formatted, and you can visualize it based on this particular filters available over here. All right, so next thing what is remaining is I'll just first format this filter. We will format these filters now. Just select this filter, go over here, and we will go to values. We'll choose it as semi bold obviously. First we'll go to background, and we'll change the background colors to somewhere this, or we can choose it at this also, right? Yeah, or more transparent one. Yeah, this is fine. This also we'll choose it as same, and for here we'll show the border also, and the border we'll choose it as somewhat this. Okay, and So this background color also we have to check. So just go to values, commode values, choose the dark color, and the background color choose it as this. So this also we have to format and adjust format filter. Like perfect. This looks fine. And now you can see it for different months. You can change the year also from here, and you can see it for different months, different years, right? So based on that, all the insights can be generated. And obviously we are going to create the other dashboards also, which will show the insights of all those things, right? So this was the entire design of this particular dashboard. And now what we have to do is we have to all add these images also. You can see these images also we have to add. So I will give the link of these images also in the description box. You can download it and you can use it in your visuals as well. Okay, so now let's add the images over here. So what I will do, I'll just go in insert tab, and here we have an option called as image. Okay, and I'll just go to images, and you can use this images folder. So I'll just add the first image as patient, and I will add it to number of patient over here. Okay, then for average wait time, I will use this particular image. Icons I can say. Okay, then for ratings, right? We have to also add the number of patients referred. This will be the image I'll be using. All right, and so next I will add the hospital image also. A logo, I mean we should add a logo, but I didn't get one, so I'll be using a just a general hospital logo over here. So this is the logo I got. All right, so the same thing we added over here as well. So this is at 64, 63. All right, so this is the hospital logo, right? So now next thing what we have to actually do is we have to create as per our requirements. I will show you. So this was for this first dashboard, the monthly view we have designed everything. Now when you go for the second dashboard, we have to create now a consolidated view. So in this, we don't want to show anything monthly, but we have to apply a date range based on which a customer or our client will give an end date and start date, and based on that he will decide which particular date or which particular date range he want to see: 1 day, 2 days, weekdays, 6 months, 3 months, entire year. So based on that he can select, and then he can actually see the insights over there. So based on that we have to provide a holistic summary of that particular hospital. So here you can see the charts. We don't have to do any new thing over here. The charts will be the same. We will just do few changes over there. First, what we will do, we will name this particular entire dashboard as monthly view. So I'll just name the chart as first, this particular dashboard as monthly view. Okay. So this will be the monthly view for me. And now what I will do, I will just right click over here and we will duplicate this entire dashboard. So this is a duplicate view now, and I will just delete this because we don't want it for any monthly view. So this is not required over here, and we'll change this also. So this will be what consolidated view. Okay, so this will change the name of this as consolidated view. So this dashboard will be the consolidated view, and here also we'll change the name as consolidated view. Okay, perfect. So this will be the consolidated view which we have created. Now next thing what we have to do is we have to change this entire spark lines. But before that, first we will change the filters over here. We don't want to see any month views. I'll just delete this. Okay. And we don't want to see it on year also. But what I will do, I'll just close this. Okay. Delete this entire thing. And instead of this, what we have to see is we have to see it based on a particular date. Okay. I'll just increase it and just go to slicer settings, and here instead of drop down we want between. Okay, so between is nothing but the date, that is end date and start date. And The date we will choose here. So if you see in our date field, it is starting from 1st of April and it is ending till 30th of, the last date we have is 30th of October 2024 from 1st April 2023. So the same date we will apply it over here first. So 1st of April 2023 and 30th of October 2024. So that is correct. Now what's happening over here? Let me check. Right. So 30th of October 2024. Okay. So now it is taking all the values. So it was stuck somewhere, but now it is looking good. Now what I will do, I will just select this and go here, go to values, and we'll just increase the value. Okay. And we'll make it as semi-bold. Similarly for header as well. Okay. So we'll just change the slicer header. It will make it as semi-bold. What's wrong? Yeah. Let me check. Have we provided any header over here? Actually, header is not required, so we'll just turn off it. We'll just keep the date range only, and we'll just increase the value. Okay, 20 is fine. All right. So this is the date range, consolidated view. Whatever date range you want to see, you can see it over here. And now this is the spark line, and actually we don't want to see this. We want to create a new spark line which will be on monthly basis. So initially we created for monthly view, we created it on day basis, but here we want to see it on monthly basis. So I will just change it to a column chart. Okay, so this will be a column chart, and instead of date I want to see it on month. Okay, so I'll just select it on month name. So you can see it is from January, February, March, April until December. So for same all of these, what I will do, I will just select all of these, and or well, we have to change it one by one, I guess. So instead of this, I'll just choose as a month name and a bar chart here as well, a bar chart and based on month name. Oops. Okay, in this way. Here also we'll close this and we have to see it on month name and a bar chart. Perfect. And now what I will do, I'll just select all of this and I will come here, go to columns, and I will change this to this color, or we'll just choose this at this color. Perfect. And we'll change its property height to 130, let's say. Okay, or just reduce to 125. Yeah, and just bring it at bottom. Okay. All right, so in this way, and some more formattings, we'll just do this. Go to columns, go to layout, and here we'll increase this to 35%. Okay, okay, 40 is fine. Perfect. All right. So this is actually a consolidated view. What, not many changes we have to do, but let's say your particular client want to see on between date range. So let's say he want to see in between this particular date range. Let's say he want to start, see he want to start from 1st of January. Okay, so he want to see from 1st of January to the last day, that is 30th of October. Or let's say he want to see for 6 months. So from 1st of January, he want to see for 30th of June. Okay, so in this way, he can see it for 6 months also. Or if he want to see, he want to see for 2 months, he can see it for 2 months as well. So in this way, there will be and you can say provision from for us that we can provide them a consolidated view as well, and we can provide them this particular other views also. So likewise, this is the way we can show it in the form of monthly view. So monthly view is this, based on any particular month we want to show, you can show it, right? So let's say for we want to show it for, let's say, June, or for 2024, and we want to see it for February likewise. So this will give us the provision to show it in the monthly view, and this will give us the provision to show it in a consolidated or any date whichever he want to or she want to see it. All right. So this was a consolidated view. Okay. So now next, as per our problem statement, let's see. So we have created the second dashboard. So third dashboard we have to create is a patient details. All right. So what we have to do here is we have to create actually a grid view over here. So if we want to see a patient level data, his all information in a single row, and we have to offer a granular insight to a hospital if they want to export that particular grid from to a excel sheet and send it to somebody, they can do that, right? And our client has asked us to apply this particular grid tables, or we can say this particular grid fields in that particular table, and based on that we have to create that particular dashboard. And we can apply different filters also over there. So based on this particular fields, the same filters also can be applied. So if you want to see in specific gender, you want to see for that specific age or specific race or a department referral, so you can just filter it out and you can download it. But I am not going to apply the filters over here because that's an easy part which you can do it at your own end, right? So I will just go now and I will show you how to create that particular grid view over here actually. And now what I will do, I will just right click here and I will just duplicate the same thing. Okay. And I will name it as patient details. The name I will name it as patient details. Right. So this will be the patient details for me. And next I'll just name here also. This will be patient details. All right. Now what I will do, I'll just delete entire thing over here. So I'll just select all the charts because we don't want charts over here. We just have to create a grid. So delete everything. And now what I will do, I will take a table overview from here. You can say the table is there. I will just take the table view and you can see it has taken automatically the entire space from whichever we have. And now we have the grids available. So first we have to take patient ID. So I will just take the patient ID from here. Next, we have to add the patient full name. So we have already created a full name column at the start itself. So this is the patient full name. Then is the patient gender. So it's the gender. Okay, so this is the patient gender. And we have to add the age. So this is the patient age. We have to add admission date. So patient admission date we have already created. So this is the patient admission date. Patient race we have to add. So this is the patient race. Then we have to show the wait time also. So the patient wait time. Then we have to show the department referral. So this is department referral and the admission status. Okay. So this is the admission status, whether he's admitted or he's not admitted. Now what we will do, we'll just quickly do some formattings on this first immediately. So just go over here. Then I will just go to style and I will choose it as minimal. Okay. So I'll choose the style as minimal, go to grid view. Grid view, I'll just choose it as white. And again, here also we'll choose the grid as 10. Vertical grid lines also turn on, make it as white and we'll choose it as 10. Okay. Border, we'll just keep it this. All right. Then go to values. Values will make it as 16 and we'll make it as UI semi bold. All right. And alternative colors all should be white itself. Okay, then we'll go to column headers. We'll make it as 16. Okay, and we'll make it as semi bold. All right. Similarly for, okay, so this is what we have actually wanted over here. We don't want any totals also. So we'll turn off all the totals from here. Okay, we don't want to see any totals. And now we'll just do some formattings over here. We'll just make it, give some space over here. Likewise. All right. And now what we will do, we will change these names over here, right? So this is patient full name. Instead of that, we'll just keep patient name over here. Just do this and enter. So patient gender. So Asian sum of patient age. Instead of that, we'll just keep patient age. Enter. Patient admit date, patient race. So here also patient wait time. We'll just change it. Department referral and admission status. Fine. And now we'll just increase it likewise. Perfect. All right. So this is the thing we created. All right. And so actually this is the patient details, and from here if you want to find it for any interval also you can do that. And as I told, you can add multiple filters also. If you want to filter out this entire grid for any particular filter, any department, any race, any age, you can do that. I will not show you. You can do it and add the filters over here anywhere you want, or here also you can add it. But I have just kept the range filter over here, so that based on date range he can filter it out. He can get the grid, he can export it, he can send it to any department, any, he can send it to their management, higher management, managers, whoever are their supervisors or whoever, right? So this is a patient detail view actually. And the last one is what we have to create is the insights we have to generate, right? So I'll just duplicate this entire thing and I will name it as let me see the name of the dashboard which should be there. So it should be, last should be the key takeaways, right? So this is the last orbit we have to, and we have to find the or summarize all the findings from this dashboard and provide the insights to our stakeholder or our client. So based on which he can find some visualization metrics, he can find some patterns, anomalies, and we can provide it based on our insights, or we can say because we are the developer, we know how the data is. While doing the analysis, while doing the design and development, we have gone through each and every aspects of that particular domain, and we can give some insights to our customer. It is not required that that you should provide entire insights. You can give an overall insights to your customer, but at their level they can take insights whatever they want. uh, it is not always recommended that, or it is not required that you should always give the insights. It depends from customer to customer. In few cases they will ask you that provide some insights whatever you had from that particular dashboard. You designed it, you know the data, you can provide it. It's up to them if they want to take it or not, right? So based on that same thing we will be also creating some insights over here. So I will just delete this first, and you can see I have already created one dashboard for that here, and this is the name. I will just copy this and I will paste it over here. So this is the key takeaways. All right. And I have already created it over here. I will not copy, I will not type everything. I will just copy it from here itself. Control C and I will paste it over here. It isn't. One sec. Okay. So these are the insights. I have already copied and pasted it over here because it will take so much of time for me to write everything, but I will just explain you how we have done it. So I'll just delete this we don't want over here because it's a descriptive actually analysis. So this is a descriptive analysis. This is the time period or the data which we have from April 2023 to April 2024, and this is the emergency room dataset which is covering the period of 19 months, and the total number of records we have 9216, which are the unique records which we have. So now first thing which we have analyzed over here is patient wait time and satisfaction. And all the insights which are being generated over here, those are taken from this consolidated view. Okay, I have not taken it from monthly view because for each and every month the insights are different. So I have taken it for consolidated view, that is for entire data set. I have just generated these key takeaways, and here you can see that the wait time is 30.53 minutes, right? And as I told you when we were designing this, the ideal wait time for us, it should be 30 minutes, right? But here you can see the approximate wait time for entire data set, the average is 35.3, which is not very good, I can say. I mean, it is okay, but it can be reduced, right? And similarly, average satisfaction is very low, that is 5, I can say, out of 10. and it can be one thing might be that the patient wait time. Okay, actually the 30 minutes is also high time, so 20 minutes, 25 minutes is what the ideal patient time it should be. According to me, it might be different, the case might be different, right? Then we have the department referrals as well. So based on that, if you can see over here the consolidated view, so based on that I have created based on the department referral as well. And here you can see the department referral, 5400 patients did not require any referrals, right? So among which general practice, where 1840 cases have for general practice referrals, and orthopedics was the second one, that is 995 cases. Then the peak and busy periods we have found it from this particular this particular number of patient by day and hour. So from this actually from this consolidated view, and from here it has been understood that the Saturdays was the busiest, or Mondays was the busiest, like 1377 patients, and based on that these insights are being generated. All right, so in this way all these insights are being generated based on this consolidated view. All right, and from here you can generate different insights, you can take all those insights, right? So some insights there might be some typo mistake which I see here, that in consolidated view it is the busiest period is actually Saturday. So just make those changes. It should be Saturday over here, not Monday. Just make those changes. It might be my overseeing, which I typed mistakenly, but you can correct it. So these are some insights which are been taken. I won't go through all of them and provide all of those things over here, right? So the next important thing what we have to do here is we have to add the navigations over here, and it is very easy for us to add the navigation. So what we will do over here, I'll just hide this first, and here you have to just go in buttons. Here you have an option here, buttons called, and just click on navigator, and just click on page navigators. As soon as you do, you can see the navigators has been applied over here, and we have to do some formattings on this. So if I will just go to style, okay, so style in default, okay, that is fine, but in pages, or just go in shape is also fine. We have to actually make it vertical. Okay, grid layout. So instead of this I will make it as vertical. This is the vertical, and reduce it likewise. Okay, then the monthly view, just padding will increase it to 10. Okay, or make it 13 is fine. All right. Okay, then go to shape. We have to go in style, and I will make it as say geo semi bold. Okay, so for default, okay, and we'll make it as 16. Okay, or we'll keep it as 15, and for selected just go over selected and make it as here also 15. Selected is monthly view, because right now we are in monthly view, that's the reason it is called that as selected. All right, so if you want to give some any colors, borders, those things, it's up to you. I'm not doing that those things over here, because in this particular other dashboard also I have not done many things over here. Just I will change the shape this to rounded rectangles. Okay, that's the only thing I will do. I will make it to 10. That's fine. Okay, and now what I will do, I'll just copy this, control C, just copy this, and this as well, just copy this. Both images also we have to add over here. I think the image is already added. Okay, now just see, control C, and I will paste it over here. So you can see automatically when we are consolidated view, this will be automatically be considered as black. So it is the smart thing that Power BI does. When we are monthly view, it is automatically considering this as black, because this view is selected already. When we go in patient also, when I paste it over here, you can see patient details is automatically selected as black, because the navigator works in that way. And here also. So now when we want to move to from one page to another page, you can just press Alt, or you can press Control, and you can just click over here. I think so we have to press Control, and then it will take us to this page. You can just move likewise from one page to another page, right? So this is how we create this particular entire navigator page. And one more thing which I have added over here is few buttons also I have added this. Okay, and many of you ask these questions like how to provide actions to these buttons. Okay, so first thing, home button. So when I say home button, it will this home button will take me to the home page, but I have, you can see I have not added any home page over here. So what does it mean? That I have not created any landing page over here, and this is the button which take me to the landing page. So that's the one thing I will not show you how to create it, because few things you have to learn it on your own. Then this is the database button. When I click on this particular database button, it will take me to the Excel data where the file is located. Then this is calendar button. It does not have any meaning actually. I have just added it. I wanted to give any actions, but I haven't provided it. So that way, okay. Okay, so these were the buttons which you have to work on your own, and all other things are same. So in this way, we have created this entire dashboard, an entire thing, and I hope you have come at this particular time period, or we can say at this particular point of this in this video, and you have completed this project, and I'm sure you might have learned so many things from this particular video, so many new functionalities, calculations, columns, measures, DAX, modeling, everything. And if you had, just go ahead in comment section, just give a shout out to me, or just appreciate. If there is something wrong, you can mention in the comment sections, and you can help others also that this has been wrong, and I will also focus on those things. And I will see you in the next one, and just comment in the video what kind of projects you would like to learn and you want me to work on, right? So there are some new exciting projects also coming, which will be on multiple tables, advanced techniques, and all those things, right? So see you in the next one, guys. Bye bye.